All right.
All
What we
right,
got?
we're back. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. We ran into some technical difficulties. But as you seen in the video that started before this, we're gonna talk about Ray Allen, and he got a home invasion with 7 white teens. They're calling them teens, even though they're 20. And the police are being very inactive. Like they don't want to pursue this case. They're saying, "Oh well, it was just kids. It was a prank." Now, keep in mind these are 20-year-olds, and if these were black people, this shouldn't be a prank. It would be, oh, that was a home invasion. They had intent to rob, because black people can't go in. We always got some type of intent. We can't just be doing something right. It got to be active when the media portrays it.
Right.
Oh shit, y'all quiet as hell on the second round. Shit.
I know what's up with that, Dustin.
What's up with you? It ain't my fault.
Oh shit. If
You sit over
I
there, you sit over there giggling and looking cute.
That is true, because like I said, they should be charged for that because if that could have went wrong in so many ways, and then he would have been brought up on charges of murder.
Well,
exactly,
all I know
exactly.
is that just first instinct, if somebody come in my house, I think I'm finna hurt somebody because I'm thinking they finna do something to me. That's just obvious. What
Exactly.
I was telling Sean earlier, y'all remember a little while ago. I don't know if that was last year or this year, but somebody ran up to the LL Cool J's house. Y'all remember that?
I do recall him beating up some white boy, and they
Yeah,
showed the
yeah.
picture of the
Well,
white
what
boy like
happened?
he
It's
was
the
a
same
victim.
thing that just happened here. Yeah, it's the same thing. They say he broke into L Cool J's house and L Cool J beat the fuck out of him.
You know
Yeah,
what?
he
I
like,
sure do remember that because they said he.
and he should have. He deserved the right to, because we keep saying let's let the law take it into their hands, but when the law is failing us, they don't do anything. They just disregard anything a white criminal does to a black person. They try to downplay it and paint the criminal as the victim. I seen the picture of the white boy they showed him when he looked all beat up. I mean, what do you expect to happen when you invade someone's personal space? Their home, where they live, they have kids, a daughter.
Yeah,
And then this is just like how the downplaying of white crime versus black crimes is just so wrong in society.
it's even something that not to interrupt what you're saying, but while I'm thinking about it, I was gonna tell y'all it's even something local that happened here. It wasn't that big, they didn't really talk about it, but there was this dude. He was down in like the Batter area of town or whatever, and a policeman shot him in front of this very popular store, and it was like tons of people out there, and they said the cop was saying that something how how I don't know if he was doing a drug deal or whatever, but what it came down to was they said that the kid had a weapon. I think this dude was like maybe 18, 19. But anyway, I guess he was a little drug dealer or whatever. But they say he didn't have a weapon. They said it was a bunch of people out there. So, but they shot him anyway. So I think they said they shot him. Yeah, it was 5 times, 5 times. So they say he tried to run because the cop told him, I guess he had, saw him do whatever, whatever. But I don't know.
And that's the thing when we, yeah, even when a suspect, if he's fleeing, like, okay, when somebody breaks into your home, if they flee, you can't shoot them, or you'll come under charges. So I don't understand how that works. When the police see someone fleeing, the first instinct they have is to shoot him. Like he's not fighting back, so why would you shoot at him? I don't
And
understand
that's
how
a
that works.
good point too, Sean. That's a good point. So is our laws different from the police's? Because you're right.
But see, I believe they made the laws with the intent to protect white people, but for black people, it kind of every law seems like it's just against us. They don't work for us. Most of them, shit, when we get in court, go against us anyway or don't apply. I could go around. Let me go to Florida and go around just standing my ground and say, oh, well, this white kid scared the shit out of me. They wouldn't believe that shit. They'd say he wasn't defending himself, even if he came at me with a knife, a gun. It just, people feel like the law don't apply to blacks. Like,
Right. And how does this work? Like the cigars that they claim that Michael Brown was stealing. How does they raise the value of those cigars up to like $50 a piece? How does that work?
yeah, I heard about that. Like, they're going to try to raise the value of each cigar to bring it up from a misdemeanor to a
Right,
felony,
because
so they can.
anything over $250 or $300 is a felony. So that's what they're trying to do. But they're trying to make each one of those cigars worth $50, so they can raise it up to $300, so they can charge him for a felony. It's so ridiculous. How does that work?
I know when the way they handled that situation in Ferguson was so fucking sloppy. When the police chief got on stage and all he should have said was the officer name and got the fuck out. When he got up there and here's this video, look at this, look at this, look at this. That was deflection. That's all he did. And he should have knew that would just cause even more tension. Like, what was he thinking? Like, and these are the professional people. Like, oh, and then they got the Ron Brown guy. He just a fucking puppet. He just don't know. He ain't got no real say. So they just got that nigga to calm down to other people. Calm down.
And that's
You
true
grew up with
too.
us, but you ain't with us anymore.
Yeah.
What you
Wait, what?
experienced?
But I'm trying to get the straight of this. So tell me, y'all, now as far as the cigars go, are they saying that I saw the footage, I looked at it. Were they saying that he was trying to pay for them, or did he steal them? What's the
See, they only released a part of the video footage, and then
Right. All I saw was where he went in, and I saw him with the case of cigars, the cigarillos or whatever. And then it looked like, him and the dude, was having a little words or whatever. But then I saw him walk out the store, but I didn't really, the clip kind of looked like it was chopped up and edited. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, that's what they only released the part they wanted us to see. They wanted us
Yeah,
to see
exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's not the full footage of what happened from
exactly,
A
yeah.
to Z.
They want this perception that he's just a thug. Like, we can't make mistakes. Black people, we don't get the chance to make more than one mistake. Usually that one mistake gets us killed or locked up. And that's what you're trying to paint him as right here. He wasn't a kid making a mistake. He was a fucking thug. Everybody going around saying he had a history of violence. And he doesn't even have a criminal history. I looked it up. I can't find anything. Please, somebody show me where he has criminal history. Like, people just spewing nonsense and then it doesn't have anything to do with the actual crime. Like, what the fuck does him robbing a store for some cigarillos have to do with a cop who didn't even know about it shooting him down and his body sitting for 4 hours? Where does that happen at? Like, have you heard any cases of a white young man sitting just dead on the ground for 4 hours and then a black SUV come to pick him up and take his body away? What the fuck is that?
Exactly. Exactly. And then I heard that they didn't even let people administer CPR on him. They was told not to.
Right, I
So
heard
it's
about
like,
that
don't
too.
even revive him.
Yeah, it's the same thing. That's why I brought the dude up that I was just telling y'all about. They say actually I know what was so crazy about the story that I was talking about. Like when they shot this dude that was in my city, when they shot him, one of the 5 shots, one of them went right through his testicles. Like literally, I'm not kidding with you. Like they said, just I don't know, it's fucked up.
Ooh.
When it's us, they just don't give. They let us sit there and bleed out. No, don't.
No, they don't care. They probably aim for his testicles on purpose. Knowing the cops nowadays, they probably doing this shit on purpose.
I believe it. And then they won't let the CP. They won't even let them try to revive us. And okay, he was dead at that point. The autopsy showed once he took that shot to the head, it was fatal. That other shot, it was fatal. But still, they didn't know that. He was after 5 shots. If the head shot that killed him wasn't the final shot, he was still alive at that point. But it's just sloppy all around, like they did Eric Garner. Like, did you see the video of the lady who was patting on him saying, "Get up, Mr. Garner, get up! You're giving all these officers problems," playing like he was still alive after he was dead. Like that is a fucked up video.
Yeah, that was dramatic. And she should be held accountable too because in her job, I'm sure she done worked with people that done died. So she knew he was not alive. So she was a part of the problem.
Exactly. Y'all see my pictures going around. I just want to kind of explain. Like, have y'all ever heard the term "new black"?
I actually haven't. I was going to ask you when you told me about that earlier before we started the show here, what you were talking about. But break down to me what that is because I haven't heard of it.
Okay, well, new black is basically blacks in society that have achieved a certain amount of wealth and fame, and they feel that what's happening, like the struggles among black people, don't apply to them anymore. They feel they're above it, or like they're in their own little race bubble that's separate from our issues. That's new black. Like people, I guess I'll just name off the top of my head, like Oprah.
Oh, she's a part of it? The
I would
movement
just,
or whatever?
yeah, people that just like I've looked. I don't see her mentioning the situation, but she mentioned Robin Williams. Like, okay, you can mention that. Can't you kind of say Well, I hope everybody in Ferguson is okay, since you can talk about that and do ice bucket challenges and shit.
Right. It's a group of people that don't reach fame and they forget about their own peoples, like the minority, like
Oh,
J and B. I would say they are the new blue black.
right. And then they had that comment from Kiki Palmer, like I don't know if that's how Palmer, I don't know how you say the last name.
Palmer, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
where she said, I got the tweet up right now. Stop separating yourself through race. That's not the issue. We actually think that's the thing. We are all family. It's shit like all family. No, no, no. The way blacks are being killed by police, we ain't all family. Don't sit here and act like it ain't an issue. Like you aren't like when you ain't in the middle of the problem. Like it's kind of fucked up that you would voice your opinion when you're not out there dealing with the issue every day. Like that's when
Those
you're
are
the new
the
black.
main people that always say, "Oh, it's okay. It's not that big of a deal." It's they try to blow it over, but it doesn't really affect you. So why?
And exactly, and that's what makes the problem even get worse. Or, denying that we have a problem, even though it don't affect you. How could you not see what you see? I
Yeah.
understand, like you say, to her, she'll never live the problems and the things that we face. She'll never see them. But just because she don't see them, don't mean she don't know that they exist.
Oh yeah, exactly, exactly, and that's what a lot of people that are, especially when they know they're in a position where they probably won't ever have to see it. They do blow stuff off. Like it doesn't mean as much as it should.
Yeah, exactly. That's like me being in Malibu and living in a mansion, and then I just come out on my Twitter knowing I'm famous and I got pulled and just saying, well, I think the people in Ferguson should calm down and just let the officers handle their job. And yeah, calm down, people, relax, relax. Like I'm not there.
But then
How
you
the
go,
fuck?
then after you make the tweet, you go hop in your Bentley
Right.
and go down the street like, yeah, this is yeah. But I said that because just like you said, a lot of rich people they always them most of all like you was just telling me about the new black thing that the movement or whatever. A lot of them they blow stuff off that doesn't affect them. They just act like it's not. Some of them like T was just saying they act like it don't even exist. They don't even care.
Right. Look, I feel sorry for the new blacks, but it's the coons that really get me. The people that'll sit there and say, boo hoo, like you had the one black guy on TV, boo hoo, a black person was killed by police. Like cooning hard as hell to get these little pats on the back from these white people. Just boo hoo, oh, well, black man dead. Black people kill black people every day. Like all this little deflection and bullshit from a
It's the
black
same thing.
person. Like,
Also, it goes back to yeah, exactly. It goes back to the house nigga and the field nigga mentality. You have
Hmm.
some people like they said. I can't remember who was talking about that. I don't know if it was Paul Mooney or who, but he said even in today's society, you still have two different type of niggas. You have the house nigga and the field nigga.
oh
But
shit,
just like you just said, the dude was saying that just the house nigga back in the day, that was a dude, that would tell on the other slaves when they was doing something wrong. But sometimes he wouldn't even get a reward for it. He just say, the master might just tell him, "Oh, good job," but it's just that since white people were acknowledging them, that meant the world to them.
and that shit's still going. It's so fucking. So like Ron Brown, when he said that little bullshit on stage, they pat him on the back and good job, good job, good job. We just love we love some acknowledgement. We the most needy, like need to be acknowledged by people that don't even give a fuck. Like that's
The
just
And
so.
my
teachers.
That's true. And my thing is, did they just put him like in charge of operations that Thursday or Friday? Because I noticed like when the white gentleman had spoke before him, and when Ron went up to speak, he said his piece, like you said, Coonan. And then when it was over, the white man kind of said, "Oh, he's not taking any more questions." Well, if he's in charge, wouldn't he be the one who made the decision on what questions he was gonna answer and what not?
Nigga, that nigga can't even make the call on what they gonna have for breakfast that day. That he ain't got no power. He
And I
can't
think they
decide
put
shit.
him in charge because he was our color, so we can look and say, well, it's a black man in office, he'll be fair about it. They use us at all times to play against each other, and our colors fall for it all the time.
Right, our old
Basically, how
people.
I describe it is the word that I use for is a puppet. We're basically all puppets.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Obama a puppet too, to be honest. he
Yeah, he is. I agree with you.
got people he answers to. And you're right. Like I forgot what I was just about to say about the puppet thing, but as soon as I catch up on that thought, I say it. But I let one of y'all go ahead. What was you about to say?
Who me?
Yeah, I thought you was about to say something.
Oh no, I was just saying that I believe I agree with what you said about Obama being a puppet because I think a lot of the stuff it seems like even though like people were saying Obama is probably like the coolest president we ever had, but it all goes back to it's some stuff that Obama know that he can't say, but white presidents they never think like that. They just say whatever they want to get away with it.
Exactly. And shit, anybody can be cool, but shit. Hell, I got family members that's cool, but they don't do shit for me. So shit, what's the point of having them
Right? Yeah.
around?
Obama is the coolest president ever because he got on stage and talked about that's what I'm saying. Like our society is, we look up to the wrong people as role models. You remember when was that he got on stage and he said something about Lil Wayne and everybody went crazy over it?
Or when he
Like,
dusted his shoulder on
yeah,
about Jay.
yeah, Obama was talking about Lil Wayne. Like, okay,
And then when he got on stage at what was that? Was it when Apollo was still around or some shit? And he got on there and sung the little Al Green. They just ate that shit up. Oh my God,
you know what they were
Obama!
saying?
Oh.
You know what they were saying? They was like, oh yeah, now the niggas coming out of him. Yeah, he's
Exactly. That's
definitely a
what I was
nigger.
gonna say too.
He's
Exactly. But
definitely
he
a
did,
nigger.
kudos to Obama on that one. He did sing that song though.
And he played on the people. And they
Oh,
was
G,
so
shut your cooling ass up.
right. Yeah,
But
cool.
yeah, okay.
You
But that
could,
goes
you
back to
you house
say,
nigger, you.
right. But that goes back to say, when we get put in power, it's only so much we can do. So don't y'all think that comes from like only being able to do so much, and it's always somebody up over you? You'll never really be in charge. You know what I'm saying?
No, you won't. No, we're never really in charge. It all goes back to like even when you think somebody black has some power, then something will happen and it goes down, and it actually comes to the light that they don't really have any power at all. It's just somebody behind the scenes giving them orders.
And when we
Right.
right, and when we
I
try
think
to
that's the same thing with Obama. I bet you some people telling him about Obama, this is what you should do, this,
exactly,
that, and he do it. I bet you he do it too.
exactly.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Right. It's only so much he can do.
Right, and I don't put it all on him. He the president of the whole country. Like I don't put it on just him. Like it's hell, the local politicians ain't even doing shit. So it's kind of crazy to assume he gonna do something when your local officials won't do shit but sit and watch and call in the national guard. I mean, they treating them. Have you seen any of the footage, Dustin? Like of how they treat them over there, or any pictures
Over where? What you talking about?
over in
And where? Say it again.
Ferguson, Missouri?
Okay, it broke up a little bit. Maybe those are mine. I'm sorry, but yeah, I was when I woke up today, I was on CNN and they were showing some footage of some stuff. Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
I
I
know. That's heartbreaking.
Nah, I was sitting there watching that shit was making me angry just to see that like they got them
It's
over
like
there with
it's like
these
the LA riots all over again.
right, and it showed me just how behind we like. If they really got serious and said fuck it, let's just kill them all. I don't think we could do shit. We could fight,
Right.
but I don't think we will win.
And that's why they didn't
Yeah,
really
I
want
mean,
the
like,
media coverage there. Because it was a black lady who said she had just came back from Iraq, and she said she had been employed over there for like 10 years. She said she didn't even get thrown tear gas at when she was over there fighting in swords, and here she is back on American swords, and she being tear gassed. And I'm like, that is true.
Exactly.
oh yeah, that's crazy.
And
But
it was
I was saying about have you ever noticed that this kind of like mimics everything that happened the same way when they beat Rodney King up?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same. It's the same thing over again. I thought people said that things gonna get better. It looked like they got worse to me.
You
they
know
did.
what? And that is so true. Like you said, here it is years after, and we still going through the same thing.
It's 2014. That happened to Rodney in what 91, 92. That was like 12, 13 years ago, and things still
Mm-hmm.
ain't right.
And ever since they've been seeing how many they can kill, how far they can push, and what we do. And they showed they ass in Ferguson. They was like shit. They came with the fucking army gear, the big guns, the tanks, the tear gas, the stun guns, just all this shit. And then gonna complain and say, well, one of the protesters threw a water bottle at us.
Right, and
Man,
what kills me is the people that be acting surprised behind all this, like they don't even know that this exists, like it's a problem. You know, it takes something to fester in order for it to get to this point. But the people that's in denial saying, "Oh, is it that bad?" or "We didn't know it was like that." Come on, like you said, the Rodney King was 10, 13 years ago, so we know it's happening.
right.
Yeah. They said though, they was always saying after that, well, this we gonna try to, the president came on, just like Sean was saying, they'll come on and say a bunch of BS, talking about, oh, we're gonna make sure this never happens again, but it just never. I mean, I always figured it was a lie. I don't believe nothing the politicians say because first of all, I'm gonna point some out to you. Have you ever noticed like when politicians, like when it becomes election time, you ever notice the dirty tricks they pull on each other just to get in office?
Exactly.
And these are the kinds of people you expect to help you out. If they doing each other like that, what make you think they gonna do right by you?
That is
They'll
so
do
true.
anything to get it off.
You're right. They do pull out the guns during election time. They
Right.
be throwing dirt. You're right.
Right. They come on there.
They be like, oh, well, y'all know, that brother Dustin Johnson. Y'all know I got pictures of him and a transgender prostitute. Like, what the fuck? They pull up some shit you did like 30 years ago just to make you look bad.
Are you going to put Sean Wilkins in office knowing he fucks dogs? Like, what?
Oh, shit.
They got a picture of you and your pet. They got a picture of you and your pet playing tennis, and they got you much over a dog like you're a animal pervert or something.
Right. We don't want to turn around and talk about how they gonna help the community.
That is so true.
They be like, y'all know that nigga Dustin, man. That nigga Dustin is just so you're gonna put a man in office that's supposed to be
right. They do that.
They got a picture of me with like 3 blunts and shit. Like, oh, this is what Dustin was doing when he was in college.
Right. If they go this hard at each other, like, and these is the people that do this to their fellow fucking peer, we want them having control over a whole community. Like, y'all can't even do this properly. So why would we want y'all delegating what we gotta go through and how we should live? Like, no.
I'm gonna even get deeper with it. First of all, what kind of people will vote a man like Hitler in office?
Right.
You see what I mean? The people that people are allowed to get control. I mean, it's just crazy.
And that shows how sick our people are. Like.
But not only that, did you ever think about like why was Hitler so powerful? Can you think about that since we're talking about politicians and stuff? Why would people even allow him to push them into doing stuff like that? I just never understood it. Like, but that's crazy that he led all those men down the same path he was going with all the evil shit that he was doing.
Oh, that's a long answer
deep,
to
right?
that one, right?
It's deep.
Ain't no simple answer to that shit.
But now that shows you that Hitler wasn't right in his own mind, first of all, because he committed suicide. So there you have it.
Right. Had all them people go through that shit and fight for his cause and then took the most weak way out. Left them.
But they were onto him anyway, though. They was
yeah,
about to, yeah. So I guess he's like, oh, forget it. They gonna kill me anyway, so I just kill myself.
Yeah, but he had war vets and people that was on his side that got arrested and shit. They did the time and whatever crime they did, they got punished for it. Like, he might as well have went out the other way instead of taking the easy way out.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta show this picture. I don't know if y'all can, but whose phone was ringing? Somebody better pick up their phone though.
Oh, that's
yeah, I see that picture.
Yeah. It says this is some racist cop who recently posted about the Mike Brown situation. And if you see the picture, that's clearly not Mike Brown, but he posted, "I'm sure young Michael Brown is innocent and just misunderstood. I'm sure he is a pillar of the Ferguson community." Then he posted this picture with some big black guy with money in his mouth and drinking some Hawaiian punch to try to put Mike Brown in a negative light. And then you come to find out it isn't Mike Brown. And this is a police officer.
Hey, look close at the dude in the background. You see the smoke floating there?
Right.
Niggas sitting there smoking weed.
And don't he have a gun in his hand too?
Yeah, that's a gun. That's a pistol.
Yeah. And this a cop who did this?
A cop. And this ain't even Mike Brown.
See, that is wrong in so many ways. And see, and he's law enforcement and he's doing something like that. I bet you he's a Caucasian cop at that.
Yeah, he's white. They claim he's under investigation, but really, how far is that going to go? Hell, they kill us and don't even get punishment, so nothing's going to happen to him. And this goes to show you the mindset.
They come back on a white person like, oh, we're sorry, we couldn't prosecute him. There was no evidence.
Right. Right.
Yeah, they'll dig up shit up for us. So Dustin, when you were 5 years old, around August 19th, 1995, what were you doing? Like, damn, nigga, I can't go back that far. What you talking about?
Right.
Exactly. I hate when they do that. And I'm like, really? And then they'll go ahead and, tell you what you was doing because they'll have it documented. And my thing be
Yeah,
go,
exactly, exactly. They'll dig up stuff to get you in trouble. If they ain't got no evidence, they'll find some.
right.
Right.
And I be like, that's your word against mine. Just because you got it written down don't mean it's true.
Right. The law is against you if you black. I'm in the fucking law field, and I'm scared of the law. Shit, because I know what it can do to people like me.
Exactly. And that's bad. We in some bad times too when you can't really say what you feel. Like when they was doing that interview last night on CNN and
Don Lemon,
yeah, Lemons and that other gentleman, Jay,
Jake
what was his
Tapper.
name? Yeah, yeah, Jay was doing the interview.
Yeah.
Did you notice how when the black man was doing the press release, he was really kind of scared to say what he feel, but when Jay took the mic, he asked that cop everything he thought he wanted to ask him and told him what he thought that they was doing wrong. And he was speaking for the people. He was like, well, the people feel that they can't go to school, they can't go to store without being stopped. And he was like, well, as we've been interviewing, we kind of understand what they mean because us as the cameramen and photographers here, we was kind of like pushed around, but I know it ain't about us. He said, so if we going through that, we can only imagine what they go through every day. But the black man couldn't say it, but when the white man was saying, he was looking at him like, you saying everything I think, but I don't have the balls to say it, so I'm just going to look at you while you say it.
And then that
We're
goes
so
back to not
scared, we
having no
won't even
power.
voice our opinions. That's how scared we are, and that's sad.
They got us with our job. We gotta work to live. You gotta make money to survive out here, and they got us by the balls with that shit. We can't. They own the jobs. They own everything. So if you
But if
speak
we come
out,
together a little more and everybody willing to stand up, some things will change. It won't be as bad because they can only have us by the balls if we give them grip at our balls. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'll give you an example. Like on job. Okay, like you said, we need to work. That's true. But if everybody stand up and say, okay, this is unfair. This is what we're going to do, then it'll change something.
you know what will happen. I know black people are so split. You'll look up here. You'll have more shit. White people probably protesting with you than black people. A black person still be at work like, shit, fuck that nigga. I'ma go and work for white daddy. Daddy got my back. I love you, daddy. Here I come. Oh, daddy, you want to demote me and take a little out of my check? Okay, daddy, I work. We
But
got
see,
that.
that's why we'll never see no change because we so caught up into the material part of it that we selling our souls for it. I mean, you have to stand for something. You know what I mean?
Even these rappers that you see, you can even compare it to the entertainment industry. I think we may have, went over that last time on one of our previous shows, but I don't know if we went into depth with it. A lot of these artists that you see that got all this jewelry and that you think they got all these cars and houses, that's not theirs. That's just shit that the label gives them just so you can think they're rich. That's not even theirs.
Exactly. Flossing with shit they don't own. Well,
It's a
which is
white
kind
dude.
of
It's
like
a white
our.
dude in the back. It says saying like, "Oh yeah, that's what you say, dude. That's gangster, man. That's you should. This is what you should put in your album." But what's so funny is that you never see these white CEOs that own these record labels. It's only the black dude that's in the open making a fool out of himself.
Right.
Exactly, exactly. But like you say, it's a white man behind them, right?
Yeah, all these hip hop labels, even with Lil Wayne and Birdman, they don't own their own label. Universal owns their label. But every time they come on, they be like, oh yeah, we on we ain't signed to nobody. We signed to ourselves now. Yeah, right, whatever.
Right. I say behind every black successful man is a successful white man. That's not a.
Exactly.
That's the sad case. They can.
It's sad to say, but it's true.
Anyway, we had BET, but he sold that shit. I don't. Just. I really believe. I wish he would have kept it, but it was his to do what he wanted with it. So
But the
still
sad
disappointed.
part of it is everything really belonged to us. It's just that the white man stole it. That's the sad reality of it all.
And we didn't
Yeah, and
have
that's why
any.
I'm so angry with, like Sean was just saying, with Bob Johnson for selling BET, because I would have figured, I mean, even if he did get $1 billion for it, he became the richest black man. I mean, it just all goes back to he was generating good revenue owning it himself, and I just don't understand why he would. I thought he would, have more pride in the culture of what the channel, how it was started, instead of just selling it to somebody he knows that's a white-owned company. I would have thought, but I guess you don't.
All right. Oh,
Exactly. And then he knew that was the only thing that black people's had too, so it was like the
Yeah,
sentimental
it's the only. You're
value.
right. It's the only black-owned TV station.
Right.
was. What?
Yeah,
Shit.
exactly. Was I corrected?
Yeah, it's owned by a white Jewish man now, I believe. Yay.
Now you don't have any. You don't. Now there's none. So that's great. We did us some
Right.
justice there. Good
And then
Lord,
we had
Bob.
exactly. And if you remember a channel called UPN,
Yeah, what happened to that?
right? Yeah, UPN. It was like really the only channel we had where they would broadcast mostly black shows. And then WB merged with the UPN and it became CW, and they had to pick which shows they would
Oh
keep.
yeah, yeah. So that's why it became the CW. I remember like all the shows just come on WB, but then one day they kept talking about where it's changing over to the CW soon. Now that's all you see is it's just CW.
Right, and they cut out. They kept the one show with Flex Washington for a while. What was it called? 101. They kept that for a while, but after they got that shit out of there, and then after that, it just became white face, white
Well,
face, white
I take
face.
that back though. They still have TV1 though. You know about TV1?
Oh yeah, you got my network or my
Okay.
cable. Yeah, I don't have. Is that and that's a mostly all black.
You're right though about what you just said, but the thing about it is that it's not like BET and CW. It's a premium channel though.
Right. You got or that's what.
So
You
it don't
got.
come on through channels like if you got cable. It don't come on through like here, like in my city, like you get like the basic cable is like channel 2 through. It's like 70 something channels. So if you don't have a premium package, you still don't see it anyway.
Mm.
Right.
And what channel is that?
TV1.
TV1.
Mm.
I gotta look up who owns TV1 because I just want to make sure. It say they owned by Radio One. I don't even the Urban Media Specialist Radio One. I don't even know who the hell Radio One is.
Some white man, dude. Let's just tell the truth.
Yeah. And then wait, you got who owns Radio One? Shit, companies being owned by other companies. Like
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. I just got my answer. Guess what? I'm reading now. It says
Kathy
TV1
Hughes.
is an American digital cable. It says, well, yeah, it says founder Kathy Hughes, CEO Wanda Lucas or Wanya. It's like her name is spelled with like a Y. It's like Wanya Lucas. But anyway, it says it's a joint venture between Radio One and Comcast. So Comcast is a white owned. So
Oh.
they blew it. It's over now. So it is white owned.
Right, even the things we start ourselves, they mostly fund so they can have say so in what we do and how to delegate our own shit. So we don't really have any power. They make sure what we do they own or they have their foot in as well.
That's that mind manipulation that they play with us. That's right. They always want, and notice why they always want a part of something that we doing because they want to be a part to have control. It's that control factor that they like having over us.
Exactly, and they even fund us. They just, oh yeah, we
That's
just
why
want to
if they
help.
say if we got the resources, they'll fund us because they want to have the say so in it.
Exactly. Oh well, shit, what's this? You want 25 million to start your? Okay, here you go. But I want to
Right.
have all rights and I just want to have a little say, just a little. But really, in that contract, they have shit like 90% of the say so, leaving you with 10. You're like, well,
Exactly.
damn. Gotta ask them. Well, I want to do this show about Dr. King on his birthday. Nah, we don't really want to do. What about some boys in the hood that day? Well, no, I don't want to do that though.
Yeah, what about a special on Men's Society? How about you do a remake or something?
Right.
But,
Just shit.
nah, well, we kind of wanted to show the black community in a more positive image. He'd be like, no, I'm sorry, we don't want that. That's not what our viewers want to see.
Exactly. And you're right, and they do that with music too, saying that the audience doesn't want to see positive black music. No. It's what you put out there. You constantly flood us with negativity, so that's all we have to listen to. We have no choice. Anything positive, you downplay.
Exactly.
All this black reinforcement got me kind of sweating.
It do kind of get you like upset a little bit because it's like, when is it gonna ever end?
Right.
You know, 50 years later, and we still going through the same thing. It's sad.
Exactly. And I got Ray Allen up now because I'm still thinking about that situation where he's now having to basically force or use his own power to make the law do what it should do. Like he's fighting with the law enforcement to actually make them push charges. Like I've
And that
never
goes to show the worth of a black person because he's rich and they won't even value what he say. You know what I mean?
right because he ain't rich enough. He rich, but
I
he
guess
ain't
it's
rich enough.
Tupac said, "You still a nigga."
And that's what they need to realize. I don't know how many. I mean, how many
Yeah,
more
yeah,
stores do
that's
Oprah
true.
have to walk in for them to say, "Who the fuck is you? Get out!" Before she realized she's still black. Even with
Yeah,
all
you
money.
talk about that too. You remember recently, you remember when they said she went in that store like over in France or somewhere, and
Tell him about that
they didn't know
purse.
who she was. Yeah, they
Hmm.
was like they was acting racist towards her. Like they was like, oh shit, like do you know that's Oprah? Like do you really know who you disrespecting? But they probably still wouldn't care anyway. They don't care that she Oprah. They just knew she was a black lady. That's all they cared about.
Right.
And I'm
You know,
glad that that experience kind of happened because to me that gives the people the reality that he is rich, that like no matter how much you got, you still considered black and nobody really.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we know that.
like
Hell, look
Oprah
how they
could bought
treat
she could have bought every person in the store.
right.
Exactly. Could have bought the store, right?
For real though. And then they still treating her like shit. That's as low as it gets.
Yeah, but look how they treat a president. He the president, and I still hear people. Oh, here this nigger comes again. Oh, we have a nigger running this country. We're going to hell. Like really? They don't even respect the president because he's black. And he isn't even fully black. He's mixed, and they still don't respect him because of that part black he having. Like,
Dude, and like I tell you, I live in the South, right? But not to say it's not like that anywhere, everywhere. But it's a lot of these white people right here. They actually got like you ever seen the little bumper sticker where it's like a little boy peeing or whatever?
yeah.
You ever seen that?
Look
Well, they got
right.
one now. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know where they get them from. But anyway, it's like a picture of it's like a little sticker, like a little decal that you put on your window. It's like a dude, a little boy. He's like pissing. It's usually like, but they got one now. It's got the like the Obama logo,
Yeah.
and he's pissing on the
Oh,
Obama logo. Yeah, yeah. Matter of fact,
I
you
know what
know
you're
what? I
talking about
forgot I
too.
had a mini cam up. I'm gonna find it. I bet they sell them online somewhere. Hold on.
Oh, I
But
think
yeah,
I got.
anyway, I was just saying I see a lot of people ride around with those.
Now what is the? I mean, what is it again? Say that again. It's a picture of a little boy.
Hold on. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I
it's
just
a
found it. Hold
picture
on.
of a
I'm gonna
little
put it up
kid.
on my screen.
Oh crap! I'm gonna put one up too because I found one too. I think it's gonna be different from yours, but I
I
still.
mean, well, if you find it before me, go ahead. Go ahead and put it up. They pretty much all the same. It's just a sticker. But sure what I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah. Like mine's is actual Obama face. He's peeing in his mouth, like his.
Oh my God! And
Yep.
people riding
These
around
are
with these
actual
on their
bumper
cars.
stickers.
Instead of
Yeah, yeah, I
Broadway.
swear. I swear. I see them all the time.
That is so disrespectful. See how people? It's kind of good that people voice their opinion because then you can see who is. Because I want to know who. Oh my! Really?
Yeah, can you see it?
Uh
This is
huh.
one of them. This is just one of them. This might not be the one he's talking about, but this is one
Hold
of
on, I'm gonna show y'all like the actual decal. Yeah, that's one of them. But this is the one that I see a lot. Hold on, I'm gonna put it up in just a second.
That's so disrespectful. See, people like that, that's letting you know who they are. So I'm glad that people do that. So you can say, oh, that's what they think of us.
them. Right.
Not just him, but us as a people.
Yeah, you can disagree with his policies. I don't agree with all his policies, but to
I
have a
just,
bumper sticker of a kid pissing in his mouth,
All
like,
right, I'm gonna put it up. Look at. Hold on. Where is it at? Right. Okay, there you go. Can you see it?
let's see.
oh my God, that's just as bad.
Yeah, yeah. See what I'm talking about? Now?
Wow,
It's like a little boy, like he's peeing on the Obama logo.
right. And people actually riding with those where you live at.
Yeah, I see them all the time. Like I see white folks with them. They actually have the bumper sticker on the back of their, old country redneck white boys and shit on the back of their pickup trucks and shit. Like dead
Wow.
ass.
Mm.
I didn't even know there's so many of them. Like now that I'm looking, I got this one where he's wearing red, white, and blue. And he's pissing on the Obama word. Like what? Really?
Yeah.
This? Like, when have
But you
they
know
just
what's funny? I bet you can't find none that's pissing on McCain's name.
right? Right, they ain't
Wow.
never been this just out and open disrespectful with the other presidents. They might have did a little to Bush because he look how bad look how much he had to fuck up before they actually started really just tearing into him. Obama ain't did
Right.
like, and they was right. They're like, and
This
this is
is
what
this is wrong in so many ways. I don't even know what to say
I
behind
just
that
saw
because
one. I'm looking at one. It's like the official logo. Like let me open that one up. I'm gonna save this. It's
I
like this
was
is
gonna
like the one
say
I was saying.
mm, mm, mm.
What were you gonna say? My bad.
Oh no, go ahead and put it up. It's just it's this is
It's
terrible.
crazy though.
no, this take the cake. This take the cake with us. Now we don't got all off. I mean, these pictures just threw me all off. This took the cake.
Mm.
Obama monkey. I really though.
Wow.
Hold on, let me go back to that. I got my thing. Just Obama in '08. Really though? Really though?
Now look at that one. Look at the one I got up now. I see that one a lot too.
And then yeah, and I knew what you was talking about, the little kid. I knew I've seen that
Yeah.
somewhere
And
before.
like this is a real. I don't know where they buy them from because I mean, obviously I wouldn't be shopping in that store. But I see them. I don't know if they get them order them off the internet or what.
When you have hate for something, I notice they'll go to any extreme to get what they feel they need to
I
express
mean, you
themselves.
know that with computers and stuff, you can make decals, you can make bumper stickers in like 2 seconds, like on a
Exactly.
computer now. They got printers that'll make them for you.
But that lets you know how the hate is too. And like you said, it's good that people is expressing themselves because it lets you know who is who. And we do need to know who is who out here.
Right.
Live amongst them and we work amongst them, so we need to know who they are.
And the scary part is
They
most
just openly saying fuck Obama. They basically like they pissing on him. If
right.
somebody said they pissing on you, then that's basically like fuck you. We don't think you a shit.
Right.
Exactly.
But I ain't
They
see.
don't
But
even
what's so funny is that I ain't see nobody disrespecting McCain like that.
right. None of the Bush
Like
and
you said,
besides
none of
Bush,
the
none of the other
presidents.
ones.
Right.
Not to the level of Obama. Not like it was people that really I remember when he first got elected into the White House, people saying, "Oh, we're gonna ride, we're gonna kill him. That nigger's gonna be dead." I just the hate. You seen people loving it, but it was so much hate as well.
So what?
Speaking of
Cause
that,
we.
go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead.
No, I was going to ask Sean though. Well, both of y'all, what y'all think about the statement that Kiki Palmer made? You think she's wrong, or I think they said something on TV today. I was doing something. I wasn't paying attention. She tried to clarify it or clear it up or whatever.
Honestly, I got a crush on Kiki Palmer, so I can't. Yeah, no
But you can't
comment.
be biased. What did she say? I said I didn't hear it.
Didn't you just have a clip of it of it, Sean? Like a
Yeah, it
picture of it?
said.
Did she say
Yeah,
something on Twitter? She made like a disrespectful statement or something. They said that was offensive towards the subject or whatever.
yeah. She the little
Oh,
stop. Yeah,
okay. When she was
yeah,
saying we stop separating ourselves by race.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Basically, she was saying basically that we're still pulling the affirmative action move. You know, like when you try to pull the race card. But this what I try to explain to people that is I wouldn't pull the race card all the time if it just wasn't what really was happening. That's why I pull it. It ain't that I'm always pulling the race card. It's just that it's the truth. This stuff is real. You can't ignore it. It's right in your face.
That's what I was gonna say. How can we stop pulling the race card when the race card is still being dealt to us?
Yeah, exactly. You
That's
said
our
it
parents
perfect.
and
How
that's
can
our
you stop pulling
present.
it?
You know.
And that's
And
But
then
what.
we've
that's what
been
makes
through
black
so
people so
much.
scared now.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's what makes black people so scared now. Like you were saying, Don Lemon, the dude, the other night, the guy, the host on CNN, the anchor or whatever. That's the reason why he was scared because as a white man, they feel like they can say whatever they want and not feel, like they're gonna be judged or people are gonna jump down their throat for it. But you can't do that as a black man.
Right. And Sean, what was that word they was using when they said the mother, as far as about being stereotyped as a black person?
The word they were used. You mean when they were calling him thug or hoodlum or something like
And
that?
the white guy said, "Well, I never was raised like that, so I don't know."
Oh, black motheritis.
Yeah, yes,
This is where a black mother is overprotective of her son because she feels the police will hurt him in some way or he'll go out and not come back. And yeah, I remember that. I mentioned that today. And the white man
exactly.
said, my parents never told me to obey just anybody or obey somebody like they're definite or their God or something like that. Yeah, I remember that.
Right, and that he didn't have to feel superior to anybody. Right.
Exactly.
And he was speaking the truth for a white man, and I really appreciate that. And you could tell he was genuine about what he was saying, you know. And it was almost like he understood. A lot of people, if they ain't in that situation, they don't attach themselves to it.
Exactly.
You really can't. I always go by the saying that you can't, even if when you tell somebody you feel sympathy for them or you know what they're going through, you can never put yourself in somebody's position if you never really walked in those shoes before. It's impossible.
Exactly.
It's only from the outside looking in. We know what's right and wrong, but just like Sean was saying earlier, a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's okay and it's not that big of a deal," and et cetera, et cetera. Well, you know, it's not that big of a deal. It may not be that big of a deal to you, but to us it is.
Right, and that's why they always tell us we holding the race card because it hasn't affect them and they don't understand.
Yeah, they
You
never
know,
will. They never will. That's exactly
right,
the
and
point
they
I'm
should
trying to make.
stop
You said it.
trying, and they should stop trying. They should also stop trying to tell us we should quit hollering the race card because I'm a holler until I'm up under the dirt. Because our peoples went through so much and we still going through it. I know the kind of life that I live versus the kind of life that they lead. So I have something to talk about and to say, and I have a reason to feel a certain type of way. We only a product of our environment, so that's just like telling us not to deal with what we are feeling.
Exactly.
And how do you tell somebody, oh, don't deal with your feelings? How do you do that?
But you see, when it's us, they want us to calm down, calm down. All these injustices, they want us to just act with no emotion. Humans, period, have emotions. They react when they see something they don't like. They react. That's just human nature. And
Right. That's just like cutting yourself, and you know you got a sore there, and eventually it heals, and you can still see the sore there, but you're supposed to look at that mark and say, oh, I don't know where that come from.
right, they
How
want
the
us to
fuck
ignore.
does that work?
Exactly.
I am.
And I'm looking for some statistics like within the police force. I forget. I believe black officers make up 9% of the overall police force. I need to look this up just to show the disparity. Like white officers outnumber us 4 to 5 or something like that, or 4 to 1. I don't, let me see. I'm looking. I want to find them statistics so bad.
Yeah, but
Just
did you just hear? And I believe that's what Tyreek said about how they giving the tests to be in the law enforcement, and how like the white people is giving it to their kids and stuff so they can pass it.
oh yeah, he said they get to pass it down to the next generation, whereas the black person doesn't have anybody to pass it down to him, so he's going to an open new view with no prior knowledge about it. Yeah.
Exactly, and that was brought up due to the fact of the cop that killed Michael Brown was young, and people were saying, how was he so young and already got a career in law enforcement? But like you said, it was because of either his father, his uncle, or his grandfather. Somebody in his family was already in that field, and they just passed it on from generation to generation.
And they have that unfair
And actually, not
advantage.
even that. But go back in the day. If you look at, if you read old books or if you look at some of the movies that documented it, back in the day, all the judges were racist. Like most judges were actually Klan members, like literally. So a lot of the people that are judges nowadays, it's the same bloodline. It's just that now they can't openly say, "Oh, well, I'm a Klan member," but they are. We all know a lot of
Right.
judges and juries are racist people. We already know that.
Exactly, exactly. And I'm gonna show you how to. And you're right. You can tell they racist. That's why I don't like a lot of them is on the police force. You know, a lot of them
Yeah,
work
it's
on
passed
the
down,
law
like you was just
firm.
saying. Like it's they and not only do they pass down the like they say, well, okay, son, I was a judge, so you're gonna be a judge, or I was a cop, so you're gonna be one, or I'm a detective. and so on and so forth. They also pass down. They teach them to be racist against certain people. And that's what's so fucked up about it. They teach their kids this
Exactly.
stuff.
Right, and then they are in charge of making decisions that affect our lives. That's what I hate about it. Because like a month ago, like I got a ticket, so I was asking the officer, like, because where I was parked at, which I'm gonna go to court and fight it because I do have grounds to fight it, and I know I'm a winner. But my thing was, he didn't even want to hear what I had to say, and it's like, really?
I remember that. I think you got. I mean, lucky thing you didn't respond. The way they killing us, hell, you probably would have put the gun through the window and shot you and said you was resisting.
Right,
Yeah.
but when I said that and I knew he didn't want to talk, I'm like, damn, he don't even want to hear me out. As a citizen, I don't even have a right to question, like, we do got amendments, First Amendments, and he didn't even want me to voice my opinion. I'm like, okay.
Exactly. That whole situation. I'm gonna up the Ferguson thing. Oh, that whole situation just angers me so much.
And me
Yeah, I
too.
don't know
It
if y'all remember
literally.
that either, but recently, y'all remember? Do y'all remember a video where there was a girl they was arresting this girl and she kept telling them she was pregnant and the cop like busted her windshield open? You remember that, Sean?
Say it again.
It was like a pregnant girl. I don't know if Keaton saw this video or not, but she was pregnant and she was telling the cop, something. He told her to roll her window down or something, but she was asking him. She had got kind of like pissed off with him, so she was like, "Well, why can't you just hand me the ticket through the window?" But so instead of just doing that, since she wouldn't roll her window down, he actually took his baton and like broke her glass, like literally. They caught all this on tape.
Mm,
Was he
wow.
charged
Yeah, I'm
or?
serious. Yeah.
Hmm.
Let me see if I can find that video.
Yeah. Well, I haven't read it. I'll let you two talk. I want to read this and make sure before I comment on it. So I'll just give me a sec, you guys, and y'all can keep on talking, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So what was that
But
story at Dustin that you was talking about of the pregnant young lady that got the ticket and the cop busted her window?
oh yeah, not only that, he arrested her because he said that she was. I can't remember what he was saying. He's some kind of way. He said that she was resistant. So I don't know, but he ended up arresting her. I forgot how it happened. I'm gonna have to find the video again. I think
And
it
see,
was. I think it was in Florida somewhere.
wow. And see, that's my thing
So
too.
and what was you just saying about your ticket? You said he gave you a ticket, and he. What was you trying to ask him? Like what? Why he was writing you the ticket?
Yeah, because actually where I was parked at, it said no. I wasn't stopped parked there. I was waiting to pick up somebody, right?
Okay.
So, and it was by a club. So I, I was gonna ask him like, well, I'm not actually stopped here because the person that I was waiting on actually got in my car and we was finna drive off. And just so happened
Oh
he put
wow.
up,
Then he wrote
and
the ticket.
he still wrote it. But I'm gonna tell you, he was
Oh,
so
that's
anxious
crazy.
to write it. And I seen him coming up, and I started to pull off, but I seen him kind of writing, and I didn't want him to say where she drove off while I was writing it, right? So I was
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. Like you be scared to do anything. Like even when I get pulled over, I know it ain't nothing in my car. I ain't doing it wrong. I just get nervous because I already know I feel like the cop he gonna mess with me anyway. So
right, and that's how I am
and the
too. And
thing
I'm
I'm
like,
saying is that it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. They have done so much that they've actually put fear into normal citizens. You ain't even got to be doing that wrong. It's just that people are naturally afraid of police, and it's not supposed to be like that. As a
exactly.
kid in school, they teach you what a cop is your friend, but as you get older, you learn that's not true.
Right, the cop would kill you, right. And my thing is, you're right. And like you say, we shouldn't fear them because they're supposed to serve and protect. So how is you scared of somebody that's supposed to protect you? It's because of their actions and what they do.
Yeah, everybody's just and I've noticed that even with black people that I know that do nothing illegal like at all, they still when they get pulled over by a cop, they just I don't know one black person that I know personally, old or young or middle aged, that when they get pulled over by a cop, they don't get nervous because they already have a thought that the cop is going to try to mess with them in some type of way.
Exactly, because that's how I am too. I'm scared of them too, and I'm like, dang, and I ain't never did nothing a day in my life. But it's just the fear, and I know how they are and what they do. It's the distrust that they show us, because you don't just be scared of somebody for no reason. It's because we know they take a different approach when it's us, how they wish us. You want to reach and try to pull out your insurance card, but you're scared because they say you're reaching for something. So you stand there
Oh
and you
yeah.
wait till they come to you and tell you what to do.
I don't even want to. I don't even want. Sometimes I be scared, but I can pull up my cop. I don't even want to turn my head back and look. He might say, "Oh wait, he looked like he was going to shoot me," so I had to do something to him. They just make up
Exactly.
stuff. They literally make up stuff.
And that they do. And like I said, he was so anxious to write it, he wrote the wrong ticket number. And I'm looking all over the ticket, like, okay, how much is this ticket? I said, damn. I said, I bet you this ticket about $80. So I'm looking. He wrote the wrong number. But that's because he was so anxious to write it. And I was trying to ask him, could I go ahead and move since I wasn't stopped parking? It said no stop parking. I wasn't stopping. I was picking up. It's a difference.
Yep. I had one happen like that too, though. And mine was I'm gonna tell you, this is a true story. It was me and my mother, and we had a truck that we had just bought. But you know how they send your plates to you in the mail
Uh-huh.
when you get a new vehicle, whatever. Well, it wasn't that because it was used, but we hadn't got the tags on it yet. But it had just expired the day before, but it was something going on to where they could sometimes you have like problems at the motors
With the
office or whatever.
title transfer, right.
Exactly. So okay, well this is what happened. So he pulled us over. He was like, of course, they're gonna give you the third degree instead of just getting to the point. So where are you guys going? And et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So
Uh-huh.
he gets down to the point, not only that, so he got some kind of way, the way he wrote the ticket, it was like, of course that's a violation, but we was trying to explain to him that, there was an issue with the plate itself. That's why it wasn't on there yet, and that's why the tag was expired. But he wasn't
Right.
listening to that, so he wrote the ticket, and I called to see how much it was. And I think the way they had it added up, it was like 800 or something bucks.
Wow.
He wrote me up. He wrote us up for three different things. It was no something. You know how they? I don't know how he added up, but anyway, I ended up
Right.
going to the court and I explained it, and they threw the ticket out. Fortunately, so
Right. And my thing
he
is,
was so happy. He was so happy about that. He was so ecstatic to write that ticket. He just knew. He was like, "Oh yeah, I done got me somebody today."
see, and that's was my thing, and it was like 10, 12 other cars there, so they made a good amount that night. But my thing was, you could have went ahead and dismissed mine because I was in the car and I wasn't stopped there. They thought I was in the club, but I wasn't. I was actually picking up somebody that was. But my thing was, I wasn't stopped there, and you thought I was, and you was trying to write a ticket. So when I said, well, the person in the car, could I just go ahead and put up? No, I done started writing it now. No, it was two officers. The other officer said, well, you can when he get finished. And I'm like, damn, really? I'm like, okay.
Well, you know what? If I was a cop, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care what you did, T. I wouldn't do nothing to you. You could shoot somebody in front of my face. I'd be like, oh, it don't even matter. I
Oh,
didn't see
no,
that.
I would never want to
I
hurt
didn't.
nobody,
You see
but
that.
damn, I wouldn't hurt nobody unless it was in self-defense. But yeah, and then when I went to file the ticket, because I'm a file a motion so I can go to court to fight the ticket because it's a difference between stop and picking up. It ain't like I
Yeah.
was parked there, just sitting there. And plus the sign, I even went back there and took pictures and stuff because the sign is not even visible. So
Oh,
that's
you
gonna be
doing
going on.
detective work?
Right, because you have to this day and age.
Yeah. It's
And it's a
crazy though. It's
shame.
really do. I mean, that's something that I really shouldn't even have to go into to court for. He did make us, of course, when I got to court, I had to prove that it was actually a problem with the plates, and that's why they was, that's why my tag was expired and all this BS that I wouldn't have, that the cop would have just listened to what I was telling him at first. So basically, all that time that he wasted writing that ticket for me, it was basically to no avail because I didn't have to pay it no way. So jokes
Right.
on him.
Exactly, but it's the inconvenience that they put us through because, like you said, now I have to take time
Exactly.
off
So
of
see,
my
now you gonna have to go
schedule,
to court.
right, to go down there. I do have things to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they
And
don't
when
care.
he
No,
go to
you miss the
court,
court date. Then they jump on you about that. You can't
yeah,
even, please don't let
that's
you
a
miss your
subpoena
court date because
issue.
then that's a problem. But yeah,
Right. Oh, I'm not gonna miss that day. They ain't gonna put no APB out on me. No, thank you. Because that's how they like to get
and
us
not
caught
only
up
that,
and
but you know
tied
what's
up into the
crazy?
system.
Oh yeah, what's crazy? It'd be for simple stuff like, oh
Exactly.
yeah, and it's another thing. my mama was telling me that happened to this lady that she know. Her daughter had bought a car from someone, and it's the same situation. Well, this was something actually legal though. But when it came to my truck, it was legal because I bought it. We bought it from like a just like a lot of whatever where they sell secondhand vehicles and stuff. But now she bought a
Uh-huh.
car from a person, right? So,
Uh-huh.
but what had happened was the girl before that had the vehicle, she hadn't something was going wrong. I don't know if it was something on her record or whatever. But when it's like that, like you get like flags at the motors office or whatever,
Uh-huh.
like when your insurance drops and stuff. So what had happened was she was driving the car and she got stopped. So just so happened is once they ran like the VIN number and everything, they figured out that it was a problem with it. So not only she's in jail now for a month because of that.
You know what? That's messed up too because she
I'm
probably didn't
serious.
even
It's
know
like it's
that.
like they it was like exactly that's what I was saying. It's like they got it on some type of fraud or something that she was driving under a suspended license or I don't know, but for like literally they gave her 30 days in jail for that. Like really? Are you serious?
Right. That's bad too because like you said, she probably didn't even know that the person before that had violations on the car. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I get what you're saying. She didn't. She didn't know. When somebody sell you something, I'm sure the other person knew. That's why I said, whenever she get that straightened out, she needs to confront them also because not only did that you did just because you knew I was going to give you the money for it instead of telling me something was wrong, you let me do it anyway. Now you got me in trouble.
Exactly. But that goes
I'm
back
sure the other
to
person knew though. Of course they knew something was wrong, but she didn't know. She just thought she was just buying a vehicle.
mhm. Exactly. Well, I can see, and that goes back to the really you can't trust nobody because I'm sure it was somebody that she know that's the reason they sold it to her or the reason she knew that
Oh
they were
yeah,
selling
this
it.
was a person. Yeah, this was because, like I said, unlike mine, was the reason why I really wasn't worrying about it anyway because I knew everything was legit and it would probably pull through anyway. But now with this
Exactly.
situation, the case is that it's really not legit. It really is something illegal going on. So, but the other
Right.
person knew it. She just didn't know it because they didn't tell her, of course.
Well, I could tell you this because I know how people are. Like this girl I know, she had got stopped by the police, so she gave one of our friends' name, and she knew her social security number. She gave her social security number, so they had an APB out against the girl. She had to go down there, and when she pieced it together, she told the cop. She said no, and she told them where she was at that day and stuff. She said, and so they got to describing the girl, and she said, "Oh, that was so and so," because she know the girl does that kind of stuff. And I'm like, she was willing to get her friend locked up, used her name, her social security number, and everything.
Yep. I mean, now in my city, if you don't have, even if you get stopped without your ID, they think like because a lot of times like when that happened to me that day, actually, I didn't have my ID on me. I had forgot it. But he was like, well, I asked him, well, can't you just look me up in the system? He was like, oh, well, first, of course, he got to, he going to get a smart mouth with me. He's like, well, first of all, as old as you are, you definitely should be carrying your ID on you at all times. But it was just the way he said it, like I was doing something incredibly wrong. Like, damn, I
Right,
just forgot. Is it that big of a deal?
right.
Yeah, for real. Like he jumped down my throat about that. He's like, so where's your ID? I would. That's the thing about it. Now, this vehicle, it wasn't in my name anyway. It was in my mother's name. But anyway,
Uh-huh.
why are you even asking for my ID? I guess he just want to see, if I got any warrants out or anything.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah.
And I heard that when I just got in. He said, I guess he just wanted to check and see if I had any warrants. That made me laugh. Huh? That was
Yeah,
funny.
like
I don't know
damn, like
why.
nigga, why you ask for my ID? Okay, it's a problem with the vehicle and the person that's named in the vehicle. Why do you don't need my driver's license or ID as a matter of fact? Because I'm not the one. It ain't in my name.
Exactly. But you're right. Just hoping. They just be hoping. They look you up and
Yeah,
got
he
me,
was like, I
bud.
know this nigga. I know this nigga's a drug dealer. I know for a fact this nigga is selling dope. I got
And
one
they
today.
figure all black males have a record too. You know what I mean? They know
They
you just
really
done
do.
did
They
something.
just
Yep.
know you got something. Or either not only that, but they are so sure that you probably a person that's either you got a record or you on the run from something right now.
Uh huh.
It's
Exactly.
one of the two. They think in the back of their head, as soon as they stop you, if they see you black, it's an automatic. They're like, oh, okay, well, let me see what I can dig up.
And then if I feel like someone got the mindset, well, if they don't have a record, let me see if I can instigate a situation or get them to make a reaction by being as fucking rude or intimidating or as just provocative or having that type of attitude to start a situation. Let's create something so something can happen. I feel like they have this twisted mentality.
And I forgot I didn't tell Sean about that. Well, no, I told Sean, but I didn't tell T about that. What happened? Okay, well, I'm gonna just keep it real. I'm gonna tell a story from personal experience. I told you that story the other day, didn't I, Sean? Did you tell her or did you didn't tell her?
You gonna keep it 100?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Tell
keep
it
it
again,
100.
just for the hell of it.
So
Even if
So okay, I'm riding right. I usually do. I don't keep it in the car with me, but he was like, I got stopped. But what it was, or the reason he stopped me, I wasn't speeding, nothing like that. But I had when I be at the house, like sometimes when I smoke weed, I smoke it in the car. So I forgot. I usually like spray it out or let it air out, but I jumped right in the car and started driving. So what had happened was he pulled me over, right? But the reason why it happened is because one of my license plates bulb was out, like like the light that illuminates your license plate. You know what I'm
Up
talking
over
about?
the tag?
Yeah, it's like it makes it lights up your license plate so they can see it or whatever. But anyways,
That's
of
what I
course
was
he
just
says
telling
that's the reason he
Sean
stopped me.
about. Yep.
Yep. So he was like, well, I rolled the window down. He was like, well, I stopped you because your license plate light is out, but of course, I'm sure he just wanted to look in the car anyway. But he was like, and he had a kind of funny look on his face. He went back to his car for a few minutes, and I guess he called in, whatever, said what he figured out, what he thought was happening. He was like, and he told me to step out the car, and he was like, no, I smell weed, right? So he goes through the whole process of searching through the car, digging under the seats, checking it every
Yeah,
crevice and
Justin,
crack,
you
looking
just
for something.
eliminated the question I was gonna ask. You just now telling me, but go ahead. I was gonna ask something about that, but go ahead.
Oh, okay, but yeah, but anyway, so he don't find them. So he was like, he still. So then he goes back to the car. I don't know what he was doing. I honestly thought I was like, man, I don't know if I was so sure I was gonna get arrested, but it wasn't nothing in the car. I just didn't know why he kept going back and forth. It's just like we was just discussing. It's just something about cops that make me paranoid. But did he smell weed? Yes, he did. That's true. But thankfully, I didn't have nothing in the car, so that's how that went. So he let me go, but I know he was wishing that he just knew he had something. Like he looked extra hard.
And that's what I was just gonna answer because I don't understand how these guys ride around in the car be getting fucked up. It be so smoky and you can open the car door and you can smell the weed because that's going to give them a reason to want to search so they can find something. That's what I was just going to ask. Like when they smell it, that can give them a right to want to search. Is that correct?
Yeah, but Sean was telling me something about a right, like you were saying that you was trying to ask the cop questions about when he was writing you your citation or whatever. If well, what was that, Sean, that you was trying to teach me? That you said that they smell it. Do you have a right to tell them that they can't search you?
I do remember mentioning something like that.
Yeah, it's some type of law. I don't really know. It's like a loophole or something. I'm not sure if that's true or not. But that see
But
it
you
all
know
goes
what?
back to I'll be afraid. I'd be afraid. Okay, if a cop asks me something, I just follow along with it because I'm always scared that if I don't follow along with it, then I'm gonna get in
Right.
trouble. So I'm just paranoid. Even if it is a law, it's like, well, you know what? I don't think you should be allowed to touch my car. I'd be afraid to say that. To be straight up with you.
Right. But you know what? That's how I think a lot of our people self-incriminate themselves. Because to come think about it, you probably should say no because that's your right, and you should make them have to go get a search warrant. You know what I mean? Because when they do your house, that's how you can do.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, like a lot of people don't even know that a cop they can just bust up in your crib. They must have a search warrant, but some people are so stupid that a lot of cops they catch it or not. I won't even say stupid. Like I just said, they just be scared if a cop come to your house and they say, okay, we want to search your house. Well, if they don't have a search warrant, how the law works in every state that I know of is that if they don't have a search warrant, they're actually not allowed to come into your house at all.
Exactly, exactly.
So you don't have to let them in, by right, by law you don't. Now, if they come back with a search warrant, then you do. But if they don't have that, then they're not supposed to be able to come in your house.
Right, and to me, that should be the same thing with your vehicle because that's your property. You see what I'm saying? What I'm getting at?
You're right. You're right. That's a great way to look at it. That's I never thought of that, but it really should be some type of law created for that because if you pull me over and you can see in the car and you don't see anything directly, that shouldn't give you any incentive to want to search my vehicle anyway because you can't see nothing. So
Right, and just because you smell weed don't mean you was smoking it. They didn't
yeah,
see you
it could have been
smoking
somebody
it.
else in my just say what if just like they say what if all the time. It could have what if it could have not even been me. So what makes you so sure that I got something on me now just because you smell it?
Right, exactly.
I agree.
Mhm.
Yeah, also we had a comment. I guess there are people watching this, and somebody said, someone said female Joelle Karma. I am not black, but I get pulled over. They mess with me also. I do not think it's a color thing. Cops have a power issue. Like that's one of the comments to our blog that's going on right now. Do either of you want to reply to that response? Like, do you feel police a more of a power issue, or do you think it's also an race issue, or how do you feel about this? Like,
I
Well, me,
mean, well, go ahead. You can say it first.
well, personally, I think it's a little of both because you can't say one without saying the other. And the reason I say this is to say, well, we see how they stereotype us as black people, so we know the it's a part of the race. And yeah, I think it's a part of their ego too, because some of them just like being empowered. You know what I mean? It's a lot of cops and stuff. I think probably as a child, because we all probably was bullied in school, and now want to use their power. So it's a little of both to me.
no, I agree. And there are just some cops out there who are on a power trip, but I believe there are cops out there that had experience with a black person, or they grew up around that type of
Hey,
environment
and
where,
hey. Speaking of that, not to interrupt your show, but I got
no
a
problem.
hella funny story to tell you.
Go ahead.
Tell both of y'all. Anyway, okay, so y'all, so listen to this, and audience, everybody that listens or watches this video. Speaking of what you just said, so uh, way back in the day, now my mom personally, she doesn't smoke it. She doesn't. She's never even tried it. She said she just never, was into that. She really don't even drink, but I mean, she was back in the day. She used to. She had a lot of friends that smoked a lot of weed, and they was it was like a bunch of niggas and women or whatever. Anyway, they was having a little party or whatever. And it was like a room, like she said, the room was just like completely bombed out, and like they got. She said one day like a cop came to the door and she was like, she got scared, and she was like, "Oh shit, what's about to happen? Are we gonna finna get in trouble?" And he was like, "Nah, he cool with us." And she said, "This dude, that this, I swear to you, this is on me. This is a 100% true story." Then the cop come in and start smoking, and this dude is still, he's still in his uniform. And these are the people. I'm being dead serious. Like it shocked me, but she said this actually happened. So I mean, I was like, wow, these are the people that help protect us.
Right, exactly. Okay, and the person who just gave that comment, you said it was a female.
I assume it's a female.
Oh, and see, I would like to know, like, what city do they stay in? Because, like you say, that goes to show how cops are.
Right. I wish I could contact them. They left a comment at 6:34, but I don't think they're online anymore. I tried contacting them. Hopefully they reply. Maybe we can add them to the conversation. I would love to
Yeah,
hear other
because,
people's
like you said, I
perspectives.
would like to know what city they from, because evidently it sounds like wherever they might be from, their cops might be on a power trip. You know what I
And
mean?
I told
Yeah, I agree.
and I told the story I just told to point out that cops are just humans too. It's people that how can you turn around and tell me not to do something when you're doing it just like I am?
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what type of affiliation he had with these dudes, but I'm serious. Like she said, this was a cop. It was a black cop, and she thought they was finna get in trouble. But he just came over to join in the party. That's what's so funny.
But well, like in some cities, like the dope dealers, like some of the cops that
Yeah, that's what
bust,
I was saying. Like, yeah. They
yeah,
got their hands in the cops' pockets because every time something happened, they pay them actually so they won't get in trouble. You got a lot of dope dealers. That's how they stay out of trouble because they pay the cops off. If they see something, they just pretend that they didn't see it. They know a lot of these guys are selling drugs, but they ain't gonna say nothing because they paying them too.
that's what I was just exactly.
He even goes so far with the mafia. The mafia pays off judges. Like, have you heard of that?
Mhm.
The Italian mafia, like that's why they never. That's why it took them so long to. I'm sure you and Sean, everybody knows who John Gotti is. That's why it took them so long to prosecute him because he was paying off everybody. But I guess it finally got to a point where he couldn't do it no more, so he finally went to prison. But he paid off people for so long. He was supposed to be in prison a long time ago.
Right. And that's lets you know that it's money over, money over beliefs. As long as you got enough money, just
Everything,
about any.
money follows everything.
Yeah.
Exactly. And to me, that's, going back to the Michael Brown thing, because see, they more worried about the property down there than the life that was lost. Because those police is really down there protecting those businesses. My thing, they want to holler, oh, they looting and stuff. Okay, that's material stuff, which it doesn't make it right. We can rebuild again, but you can't bring that boy's life. You can't bring him back.
Exactly. No, right, you can rebuild, but you can't bring back a life. So, like, they keep going off of that, and they keep giving the focus on a few bad people, and so the majority of the protests is peaceful. Yet they
And
keep
trust
going to
me,
these.
I don't work in marketing. Those places has insurance for stuff like that, so they're not really gonna lose anything. That's just like store owners. They got so much insurance because they know they're gonna have shoplifters. So they automatically get so much money because they figure a person gonna come in there and steal. So everything is protected. What about their life? Who was protecting Mike Brown that day? Where was his protection at?
Even
Exactly.
when they get robbed, they have insurance, like you just said. The store, they always replace all the money anyway. So
Exactly.
that's why when people, all store owners that I know, well, I don't know any personally, but all the stores that I know, I would figure that they have some type of insurance. So even if somebody come in and rob the store and take all the money out the register, once they file their claim with the insurance company, they're going to replace it anyway. So
Right, and I have worked in management, so I know that that's exactly how it works. They have so much money
oh
that
yeah,
they
that's true.
qualify for, so that's just a fact. So they want to holler, about the businesses and stuff, but they don't want to talk about the life. That's the day and age that we living in. That's so sad.
True.
And not only that, but okay, even if okay, now let's break it down because you got a lot of people saying, well, we all know what you do with cigarillos. That nigga was. They got a lot of people saying he was probably already fucked up when he went in there. Niggas still cigarillos. But it even comes down to this: what's really the value of a box of cigars compared to his life? Like, really? That's really. I mean, what's your point? I still don't get the point in them saying that. I wouldn't care if he was smoking weed or not. I still don't get the point.
Right, right.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it was that he stole, and it even comes out to it ain't even worth that much.
Exactly. And that's nothing more than deflection. That's so, and the fact that they try to do little slime ball stuff like bring up the value to make it a felony. I mean, when it's our people in the law hands, they like push to see how far they can take it. They force it through and they won't let it go. Even if the person who was the victim doesn't want to push charges, they'll say, no, we're going to go ahead and push for this. I don't know. With our black people, they just treat us so unfairly in the law.
Exactly. And you know how we have no rights, if you notice that?
Oh, I
And it's
noticed
just
it.
it goes back to even you know the Italian and Mexican gangs are way way more vicious than any black gang. Like really, I'm sure everybody's seen movies like Goodfellas, Casino, anything with Robert De Niro in it where he was playing mafia hitman or whatever, or, when they were selling drugs for the mafia or whatever. Have you
Hmm.
actually seen some of the stuff they do to people? I ain't never heard of
Hmm.
no black gang doing this. They cut legs off, they cut body parts
Right.
up. They straight down. Those are the real thugs to me. The Italian mafia. They ain't got nothing on the blood or a crip. They ain't never. It ain't They ain't even spoken in
Exactly.
the same sentence.
Exactly. They'll cut your leg off and send it to one of your family members. That's the type of stuff that they do.
Real, not only that, are you just if you mess with the Italian mafia, you may just come up missing, like literally, and they definitely won't be finding you. Like
Hmm.
you'll literally come up missing. But
Yep.
the thing about it is that I've never heard of anything this gory or that violent coming from a blood or a crip or any type of black associated gang. But yet we're still the ones that got the stereotype on us. It's the Italian and like I said, the Mexican and the Spanish gangs. They're way hard. They do way more fucked up stuff than the black gangs do.
Hmm. That's just like when they was rioting and they hit the one reporter and the police had threw the tear gas in him and he fell on the ground. While the citizens there was putting the milk in his eye, flushing his eye out, and came to his rescue, but yet still those supposed to be the bad people that was doing the protesting. And this was a
Yeah, I saw
white
that. I saw
reporter.
him trying to flush his eyes out and stuff. Yeah, they had like milk trying to pour it in his eyes because I guess the tear gas had burnt his eyes or whatever.
Right. And he even thanked
It
them.
was
He
like
was
one dude I saw pouring milk over his eyes.
right. That's why I say they want to say we is bad, but we'll help anybody.
True.
And we went through the
Well,
most.
and that's the problem. We're quicker to help other people than we'll help each other. That's what it comes back to.
Yeah, 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 that's true
And
too.
maybe if we spent more time, actually, trying
Helping
to
each
be nice
other.
towards each other. Right? Yeah. Maybe stuff like this really wouldn't happen because maybe we'd be able to see it before it actually came.
Right.
Right, because I'm going to make a vow
I
right
guess I'm thinking
now.
in a prevention sense. I guess I'm thinking maybe we could prevent it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right, yeah. And I wonder why is it so hard for us to be nice to each other? Do one of y'all have a... Let
Because
me
we've been
ask y'all
trained.
this. Is it harder for y'all to be nicer to y'all own kind than it is to a person of the opposite race?
For
Mm,
me, it's not, but it's just that I've experienced, even in my personal life, a lot of the problems that I have now to this day is because another black person caused them, and I'll never understand that. I just think that we don't, we nothing that we didn't, with none of our people, we didn't listen to nothing Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and nobody else was saying. We didn't even, it obviously went in one ear and out the other because, like I said, as time progressed on, they said it was supposed to get better, but it actually got worse. That's what I can't understand. We treat each other worse now than we did than ever.
that's very true. Like that's a show within itself. How have blacks mistreated other
It's some people
blacks?
that I would just say, like he just asked me that, Sean. It's some people that I'm sure me and Sean we discuss this all the time. T. It's some people that it's dudes that I see that look at me and you see me. They it's like they don't like me for no reason. It's niggas that I ain't never even met before. But I
Right.
don't know why black like that. That's a good question. What she asked, I can't explain it because I don't have no hate for nobody, especially somebody I don't even know.
Right, and especially somebody my own kind, because I kind of feel they know the struggle. They know what
And
I've
I'm
been
sure you
through.
probably Tia's probably experienced this herself. Even with black women, you have black women that are looking at those black women and say, "Ugh, I can't stand her," but you don't even know what did she do to you. You see women
Hello.
like, "Ugh, that
Right.
ugh,
And
I
then
don't
I
like
even
her."
be saying, like, what do they have against me? I ain't did nothing to them. And I be trying to figure the shit out, like, and then I be like, that's that slave mentality. Some people hate you because they don't know you. Some people hate you because they think you happy. It's just
Well,
sad.
that's as the saying goes, "Misery loves company." So that's true. That's a true statement, though.
And that is true too, because like you said, I do know people that I don't even know, and they can look at me a certain way, and I be like, I never did anything to that person. Why do they
Yeah,
feel
I don't
like
even know
that?
you, dude. Like, why you? I don't.
Right,
Yeah, I don't even. What's your point? I don't
Right.
have no hatred for nobody that I don't even know, especially not somebody that I don't know personally. If I just see you, look at you, just something about you. I see. I think I played that song for Sean before. E40, he made a song like way a long time ago, and it was called "I Practice Looking Hard," and it was about he was talking about like how this was like in '93. It's like this is an old song, old
I
rap
remember that.
song. He was talking about how dudes just when they see like how black dudes when they see each other. You ever actually just sit back and watch? Just go to
Mean
a
mugging
hood
each other.
area or ghetto area. Yeah, they actually like you catch two black dudes they'll just eye each other down like they just want to straight start shooting each other
And that is the
for
truth.
no reason. It's just
Right.
two dudes. They see each other like, damn, we can't stand each other. And I just saw you. Like I don't even know you, but we already look like we hate each other. I don't even know you.
Right.
right. Do y'all think that's a part of like the slave mentality and the way that we was brought up? Do y'all think that that might have a little something to do with that?
It plays a part.
A
I
lot.
think so
Yeah, I say a
too.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that's why I
Actually,
feel so sorry
if
for
you
our
really want to put it
people.
like that, yeah, if you want to put it like that all the way, I would say I think it's got everything to do with the slave mentality because, I mean, why don't you? And these are the same dudes that when they see a white man, they'll get scared. Either they see him, they'll say hi, even though they don't really even like white people, but if they see a black dude, they won't even. They'll treat him like shit. They all
Right.
kind
Exactly.
of. But when they see a white man, they want to suck his ass
Right,
and
like
kiss
you
Look,
say, I
ass.
look.
have seen guys look at guys like they want to shoot each other. The females look at the females like, oh, you got shit on your face. And you be like, damn, is something on my face? I got something in my teeth. You right.
Right,
It's
yeah. They look at you like
sad.
just like I'm sure. And since I said that since T being an attractive female, I'm sure you experienced that because I'm sure it's a lot of women probably look at you like, damn, I can't stand that bitch.
Right. Yes, I do
Yeah,
get that.
niggas be looking at me like, man, I don't know that nigga Dustin, but it's something I don't like about him. I just don't like that nigga. I'm just gonna hate on him today for no reason. I don't know why. Niggas is just like that, I guess.
Right, but I notice with females, it's real kind of petty because we'll look at each other like, oh, what she got on? Oh, how she got her hair? You know, it goes so far. It's like, it's vain. It's so sad because
Or
it's like,
even not
really?
only that, women, especially black females, they're so competitive.
Exactly.
I've sit back and watched when I've seen girls with dudes in just a place. It could be like an office or anywhere where it's a group of people in a close setting, and an attractive female can come in and you can see them. They'll look at their man to see if he gonna look at her. I didn't say like I've seen this. I sit back and watch this happen. If he do, then they mad. She looking at him like she want to whoop his ass. Then she want to whoop the female ass that came in because he did look at her. Like it's crazy. Like I mean, you
I
mad
hit
just because
my
I
head
mean
on
what?
the
I
chair
mean
laughing. I hit my head on the chair. I was laughing so hard.
that's
That
true
is
though. I'm
so
sure
true.
everybody's seen that before. That really happens in the black community. I will never understand that.
Yeah.
Even
And
with
you know
it's with
what?
the niggas
I
too
got to
though. It's like if
confess.
a dude walk in and she better not look at him. Or he mad. He want to fight the dude.
Right.
And that is a problem in the black. Like I noticed that even if a black person is happy, if they walking down the street and they see another black person and that black person look even more happy than them, they get upset. That's
Hey,
how
wait. Shout out
hateful we
to
are.
T said she had a confession, man. She said she had a confession. Let her pour her soul out right
Well,
now.
go ahead, go ahead. Cause I'm happy. Only if you. Okay, is you there, Lady T?
Yes. Who got confession?
What you say? Did you say you had a confession or something? Did you have something to say?
No, I was laughing so hard when you said that. Oh yeah, yes I did. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. I have been with a guy, and I'm gonna tell you something personally. When you said that, it kind of made me think. We are competitive, but when I say competitive, I want for me what I want for my sisters. But I am guilty of this. I have been with a guy, and I kind of look to see how he look at females when he with me. But the reason I do it for is the respect part of it, because I believe like when you with somebody, you can look because we all got eyes, but you gotta keep it in a respectful way because it's gonna
Yeah, you
always
just sit
be
there
some.
like just like be staring. Like it's certain ways that you look at people like that. You just know that that's somebody that they want to get with or whatever.
Right, because you would be have to be naive and gullible to believe it's always gonna be somebody much prettier, But if you're confident in yourself, all that ain't gonna matter. And I have seen beautiful women and say, "Oh, she's pretty. Oh, her hair is good. Oh, that outfit is bad." But we as women, we won't give each other compliments. We are looking, she got that on. She knows to look. And it's like, really, why are we so judgmental? Because, like you said, we compete with each other. And see, we shouldn't do that. But I think being brought up, we was taught like that as women. Like we got to compete to get this and to do this. And, and it's all that mentality, that slave mentality and the way we was brought up that affect us today. And that's the
But
reason we
now,
are how we
also one
are.
thing, yeah, you're right. And one thing I was going to say about what you said, as far as the dudes too on the male side of it. I mean, personally, now this is just me. Now, I want to make this statement. I would never get in a fight with another dude over a female, even if I figured out that he was. that he was, with my, girl or my wife or whatever, just because I just don't, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because, I mean, if the person that you're going with, or that you're in a relationship with, or whatever, if they're going to see someone else, they're just going to do it anyway. So I don't think it's even worth it. But I see so many people, and I know some personally that are in prison right now over a female, or either it's some women too that go to jail over men just because it all goes back to the jealousy factor.
Exactly. But my thing is somebody who really care about you, and you got to have that
So,
love for yourself, because if he didn't love you enough not to cheat on you, then he really wasn't yours to start with. And how you gonna fight for
right.
something that's not yours? And I
I
don't want
forgot.
nothing so bad that where I have to fight over it. That's when
Oh
it's
no,
some other
no.
stuff
Well,
going
if
on.
you get that far, then you need to restrain yourself from that person anyway. If they mean that much to you, then that's why I say you just let it go before you do get in trouble over it. And that's to
Right.
males and females, but a lot of them, of course, they don't follow that path. They end up getting in trouble over it. But it's another personal story. My sister, she has a friend that her mother is actually she's serving life in prison now because she was having an affair with a guy. This was though that is his child, but anyway, he was married, but she was still I guess seeing him on the side. I guess she was a side chick, whatever. But she ended up killing this dude. Like I can't remember. I think they said she ended up stabbing him or something. But she's in prison for life now over that, and that's a true story. She's never getting out because they charged her with murder. So
Wait a minute now. She was the side chick and she killed the guy and she also had a child with him. Is that correct?
right, right, and that's my sister's friend. Yeah, and she's in prison for life now. She's never
And
getting
see
out.
how the
Like they
side
gave her
chick
life for
thinks
that.
she has more rights than the actually woman. See how crazy that is?
It's crazy. Now you would have think that story would have fell on the other chick's end, right?
Right. And not on the side chicks exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And not only that, but you want to know what's so messed up about it? She got two brothers. Guess where they are right now?
In prison.
Yep. I don't know if it's just that. That's what makes me so sad. It's just the way we let stuff just I don't know, consume us to fucking
You
our
know
lives
what?
up like that.
Because
Like
we
I
think with
just
our
don't know. It's just
emotions.
sad.
We think with our emotions. We too emotional. You got to be rational in situations. You got to think. You can't react.
People they don't consider the consequence at all before they do the stuff that they do. I get exactly what you're trying to say there.
Right. See, I do because I can't stand being locked up. And I get mad and I'm mad. I be mad about a lot of stuff, but I always think because, like you say, you can overreact and it can cost you so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just crazy to me because like I don't know I don't see no I mean I just don't know and it's sad that our prisons are if you were to go to your local jail or prison right now I guarantee you that if you go all up and down the halls of the prison that you're gonna see way more black people than you do white people and that's the sad part about it.
Yeah, but they lock us up for petty crimes too, like you said, weed and stuff like that. The small stuff,
Yeah,
misdemeanors.
yeah, and that's what's so sad and that's why the prison is. Did you actually know that in California that they said that the prison was so overpopulated that they actually started releasing people? Did you hear that story?
No, but I think they was talking about that here, so I can believe it.
Yeah, I heard it. I heard it a couple of years ago. Yeah, that in California, and I think that was in L.A. County Jail or something like that. It was so
Mhm.
many people coming in. They started telling some people that just had little stuff. They actually started releasing them because they didn't even have enough room. They didn't even have enough cells for them.
Yeah, the ones who had like
But guess
small
what?
crimes.
Yeah, but you know what's sad? But guess what color most of those people were? Black.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, but that's really sad because that's something that I mean it didn't happen I mean it's been since I was a kid when that happened, but that's something that's like I wouldn't say it's recent, but it probably happened probably maybe 15, 20 years ago. I'm 22, so I was just a small child when it happened. But I mean, she literally threw she threw her whole life away over a no good nigga. I mean, that's just sad.
You know what? And that do be the sad part. And then, like you said, she had a child or did she have one or two kids? I know she had one
Well,
by him,
well, you
right?
remember I just yeah, you remember I just told you that her brothers are in prison too. So I
Right,
think she
right.
got two brothers. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if those are his, but the girl is his.
And see, this one I'm finna show you how the cycle it seems like continues because now her kids gonna be a part of the system because they're gonna be raised by somebody else. They're gonna be resentful because their mother wasn't in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just there. It's just it's the cycle. It's over and over, and that's the thing
Exactly.
about it. I can't see we're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna break it because if we don't, then it's gonna become a real problem. It's getting worse. Like I said, it ain't getting better. It's getting worse.
And see, the sad reality of that is she was thinking more about herself and her feelings than she was her kids. To see if she'd have thought about
Exactly, because
them,
she was right. She wouldn't have done nothing like that.
right? Because she wouldn't know she was gonna be taken from her children, and she wouldn't have did that. So she was
Or
more
maybe she didn't really even expect that. I mean, if you murder somebody though, you should have known you at least had 20 years coming, even if you don't get life. But I mean, yeah,
right.
they say it's no, she don't have no chance or no probation, no parole, no nothing. She's in there. She's indefinitely. Yeah, and now she's sick. I think she has you know how of course I guess she stays in contact with her mother and everything, through I guess she go visit her and stuff. I think
Uh-huh.
they diagnosed her with some type of cancer or something. So not only that, now you in prison and you sick. So
Wow, that's true.
it's just a sad story.
Shelley, see, and what gets me, see, then I have to start looking at stuff like this, like, why did he even put her in a situation? Because, it's so sad. It's so
Yeah,
sad. It's sad. Because the kids is a victim. Her family is a victim. His family members is a victim. Uh,
yeah. Everybody, no, nobody, everybody is on the losing end with that one, basically.
and my thing is, when a person does that, do they think that, like, I love this person so much, I'm going to kill him? Because you're not going to have them no more neither, and you're going to be in jail. So,
Hey,
what's
I was
that
watching
saying?
one of those crime pictures. I think it was like about like the ID channel, right? Like Investigation Discovery and all that, where they show like the murder scenes and stuff.
Yeah, like CSI or something like that?
Yeah, and one of the like Law and Order SVU and et cetera, et
Uh-huh.
cetera. But anyway, one of the dudes was like, "Well, I killed her because if I wasn't gonna have it, then nobody would." I was like, "Nigga, really? Did you really just say that? You know how stupid that sounds?" But yeah,
Right.
but now your ass in prison for life. So who you still think you got the benefit of that?
Right. And see, that be my thing, too. And that's to be the mindset of somebody, well, if I can't have them, nobody going to have them. But when you kill them, you ain't got them no more neither. And
Yeah.
that's like saying you love somebody so much that you're willing to jeopardize your life and you don't even love yourself more than you love that person that you're willing to kill for.
Yeah. Or I even not only and personally speaking, not me myself. I mean, and this is the reason why I never. This has happened to dude. I don't know. Of course, they was going to try to say that it was drug related or something, but I have a Hold on, my headphones came on. Let me put it back in so they won't echo. But anyway, yeah, I have a cousin now. I think he's around. He's probably like maybe I don't know. Now he might be in his 30s. I'm not sure. But anyway, there was a guy and this happened at his house. Him and a dude got into an altercation, and he ended up stabbing the guy, and he accidentally he died from the wounds or whatever. And now he's in prison. I think he got, they, yeah. I don't know what they gave him, but it's he got at least probably I think it was something like 30 years, 20 or something like that. But he was supposed to be he might do life. I don't know, but you know how they when they sentence a person they say 20 to life or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think, but he got quite a bit of time for that. But what he was trying to say is that the dude that him and the dude they got into the altercation and the dude was trying to harm him or whatever. So that's why he did that. So I mean, I don't know what the true story on it was or is because I wasn't there. But here you have it again. There go another one for you. Now he in prison over some bullshit.
Right. Wow.
Something that probably didn't even really matter.
Exactly.
I mean, and even if it did, was it worth you going to prison for 20 years or 30 years? Was it worth you, especially, was it worth you going to prison forever? Was it really?
Right. And my thing is, what makes what makes people in general so quick to kill instead of just hurting somebody really bad, they actually be trying to kill them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I don't get. I don't know if, well, they say he maybe, I don't know if it's where he stabbed him at with it or what, how it happened, but they say he died, but it was really, what he was saying is that it was actually self-defense, and what's so messed up about it is that this dude is like, he's not even he ain't even no street thug type of dude. This is just a normal guy.
Hmm.
Yeah, he wasn't he wasn't known to he wasn't a drug dealer or nothing like that. So I mean, that's what shocked me about it. It really it's bad for a violent person, even a violent person, to have to go to prison to actually see where they're going wrong. And of course, they still don't see it because to me, prison or jail isn't rehabilitation like they say it's supposed to be anyway. But my point in saying that is that if that's what it takes for you to see that that you've done wrong, then you've already gone too far. If it takes you killing somebody and then you got to go to prison to realize that that you needed some help with whatever, however with your temper or whatever, then you already was messed up anyway. So
Exactly. And okay, but I want to kind of touch on this because you said he really wasn't a bad person. I do believe it's people in jail that shouldn't be in jail. And just get a. Do you believe? See, I'm a believer in that. Some people just get bad deals.
oh yeah, they do some, and as that saying goes, sometimes life deals people the bad cards. That
Thank you.
really happens. I
I have
mean,
I have had some bad cards.
yeah,
Right, we
it's the
all
same.
have.
It's some people that yeah, it's some people that are in prison now over stuff that really even though it happened, it wasn't their fault, and they really don't
Exactly. They
deserve to
was
be in
actually
prison. But
trying to defend themselves, right? Because I noticed my sister boyfriend and this girl had said that he had raped her. Now, remind you, when they did the investigation, my sister, her boyfriend was at the show. It was even proven, right? Why did he still go to
uh,
jail?
uh, exactly, that's what I'm saying. And they said this dude, this my cousin, I really didn't know a lot into it because I didn't get a chance to really. I had talked to him or nothing like that or seen him since that happened, but they were saying that that it was the lawyer. They spent tons of money on lawyers, and it even goes back to that. I was gonna make a comment on that too. While I'm at it, since I said that, they spent
Uh-huh.
tons of money to digging in that savings account. I mean, they spent everything that they had to help get him out of the situation, and it still didn't work. The lawyer, they had every piece of evidence in the world that it was self-defense, but guess what? He ended up in prison anyway. So they
See,
spent the
that's
money, and then he still had to go to prison. So they got screwed both ways.
See, that's what I'm saying. And I do believe, though, it is cases because I have been a victim of, being dealt the wrong cards and injustice. So, and it does happen.
But
And
I
then,
just wish that the system would. I mean, well, you know what? I'm not gonna say it though because the system does know this. It's just that they're gonna ignore it. I mean, it doesn't matter what you do. As a black person, it seems like they try to figure out some type of way to make it look like that you in the wrong, no matter how right you are, even if other people see it.
exactly. They have a way of turning the truth into a lie. That's what they do.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm back, y'all.
Oh, welcome back. So good that you can join us.
Yeah, I'm looking up because you heard there was also a shooting in New Orleans of a guy. I don't exactly know his name. I'm looking that up now. But have y'all either of you heard of the man that was shot in New Orleans?
No, I haven't.
Somebody was telling me about that. Well, I live in Louisiana, so I get a lot of the local news and stuff. But I didn't really look into it. Did you read the story? What happened?
Yeah, I wish. Let me. I would have to read the previous article. Well, he previously before this he had 4 warrants. I guess this officer was the previous officer he had an encounter with, and before it was a
Okay.
woman. And this time, like they just found out recently, when she had an encounter with him this time, he ended up getting shot in the head twice. And he's in the hospital. He isn't dead. He's in the hospital. Hopefully, he makes a recovery. and they found out, some cops have cameras attached to their clothes or whatever, their hats or whatever.
Yeah, so they can. Yeah, well, some certain areas now by law, when you do a traffic stop or something, they make them wear them. So I know what you're talking about, though.
Before she wanted to, she said this is her excuse. She cut her camera off, so we don't know what happened
Yeah, of
between
course
him
you
getting
did.
shot twice. Right. And she's saying, well, the officer's attorney countered that Lewis had turned her body camera off because her shift was about to end and she was on her way to the 4th District station when she initiated the traffic stop that led to the shooting. Okay, so
Great
your shift was
excuse.
over. Right. Your shift was over, but you felt the need to make a traffic stop. Why didn't you just turn it back on? Okay, you turned it off, can't you just turn it back on?
And she should have been made to turn because at that point she was still at work because she was serving and protecting. So
Right.
that lets you know something wrong within that. Go ahead.
And he ended up with 2 bullets to the head, and now we don't have as soon as you shouldn't cut the camera off until you get back to the station, point blank. If you're still
That's
out,
explanatory. That lets you know that she cut it off because she knew she was going to do something she didn't have no business. It's a cover up.
right, and then the people in the comments are saying stuff like, well, he had those warrants for gun charges and drug violations and whatever.
But
What does that
that's
have to?
how they did our cousin when he got killed. Everybody want to bring up how he had so many. But what did that have to do with him being shot?
Right, what does something in the past have to do with what happened just now? Like the
Yeah, that's
attention
why I
should be
didn't
on.
like going online when our cousin got died because people were saying really mean things, and I'm like, really? They only released this information so y'all can target that. Of course, he was a product of his environment. He fell victim to the streets because that's all he knew. But that didn't justify his death. One don't justify the other.
I
You know,
hope.
and people go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Oh, and people target on that, and that makes me really mad. Sometimes you have to, get away from all this negativity because people put stuff out in existence that they really shouldn't say. Because if you don't really know the full intent of something, you shouldn't be so quick to comment. And half of the things you see ain't really true.
Exactly.
So they put out there things that ain't true because that's what they want you to see. The truth is gonna be hard to find in essence for real.
Right. Yeah, there's so much going on right now in America. Yeah, I just want to point out that we've been going for an hour and 46 minutes, and do y'all feel we should wrap this up, or y'all want to keep going? It's up to you guys. We can go on one more point, but what do you guys want to do?
Well, let's just finish talking about the one that you was talking about when the lady cut off the camera, and then we'll wrap it up like at 2 o'clock. So just tell me a little bit more about that. So she cut off the camera, and then okay, when the incident happened, you said she was on her way back to the station, right?
That's what she claims, yes.
So I guess she at one point. So was it a traffic stop?
Yeah.
So
She
I guess.
initiated,
Okay, go ahead.
she initiated the traffic stop, is what it says on the report.
Okay, so I'm
And
sure, and they.
and and I also not to interrupt T, but now you saying she's the one that shot the guy? Is that what you're saying? If I'm getting it correct?
Yeah, shot him
Okay,
twice.
so and why did she shoot him again? What is she saying? Why did she have to shoot him? Did he come at her some type of violent way, or
That's what I'm reading, but I don't see where it says he did anything yet. There's 2 reports of this. I will have to check the previous report that has more information about why this man was shot. I'm gonna have to look it up. But still, there was no reason for her to turn off. As easy as she turned it off, and if she knew her shift was over, why did she feel the need to make one last traffic stop?
Right, that traffic stop was that important to her. That lets you know it's about because she wanted to write that ticket. That lets you know. And my thing is, when you off duty, you off duty. But when you on duty, you on duty. So she should have, like you said, automatically cut that back on because at that point she was still working because she was doing a traffic stop.
Right. Okay, and here's the previous article. I guess I'll read it out right here. It says a man was shot in the head Monday during a traffic stop in Algiers, sending him to the hospital for the past 2 days with a serious but not life-threatening injury. The man's attorney said Wednesday the shooting was never publicly disclosed by New Orleans police. In response to this article, NOPD issued a written statement saying Armin Bennett, 26, was shot during the traffic stop, and an officer unnamed by the department suffered a minor contusion on the right hand. Wow. Bennett was in an intensive care unit on Tuesday and was still recovering at the hospital Wednesday, said attorney Nandy Campbell, who visited him in the hospital. The man's brother was in the car at the time and said he heard 2 shots fired by a female officer, Campbell said. The brother reported they were confronted by officers with their guns drawn while parked near the Tall Timber subdivision where one of them is a resident. Details about what prompted the confrontation remain scarce. NOPD on Monday said only that an officer was wounded on the job and what the department described as an officer needs assistance call, in which an officer's life was in danger. The department, despite receiving requests for information and records, did not disclose that anyone was shot. And I'll just stop right there. That's most of it. It's kind of a long read.
Okay, so the person that got shot had his brother in the car?
Yes.
So what is the brother saying that happened, or they haven't interviewed him?
Yeah, from the way he said it, the officer just came up to him with the gun already pointed at them. But then he said he heard 2 shots. See, that's why these stories, when the news is so fresh, and then you have the police not being transparent, hiding facts and information from the public, stuff can get lost in translation.
Exactly, because the media only gonna print it the way they want us to see it. Because how do you hear 2 shots when you actually there? You mean he saw? He could have went on to. You're right. Okay, I see glitches all over that story.
All right, and let me see if I can open up the chat box and send y'all the link so y'all can look at it yourself. I just posted a link in there if y'all want to look at it real quick. To get to it in our little box, you will have to move, and this little blue box will pop up that says chat, and the link is in there. But you two can go ahead and talk. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, that sounds a little fishy, don't it, T?
Yeah, and see, that lets you know the severity of, she didn't want to get off without making that last traffic stop. Ain't that something?
I mean, hey, they say cops are that's just a job, or some of them treat it like they see something that they see their opportunity to harass somebody else, they ain't gonna let that go. Hey, if she was off duty, then she should have been headed home while she worried about making another traffic stop.
Right, because she wanted to write that last ticket. But you know they got quotas they have to meet too.
Yeah, not only that, but you know, the more tickets that you're able to write and that they actually they actually become, to where it's true that they made a violation and the citizen has to end up paying a citation. Like I was saying, I would Dakota, and you're saying that you would have to go to court. Well, the more that they get of that, on there, it's just like a tally. So I've heard. So the more of those that they're able to get in, for the city, it's like they get some of them even get a raise for it. So I've heard.
Exactly.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I believe it. I mean, because if that was the case, then cops would try to find stuff like they do and put stuff on people.
Well, I have my brother's married to a deputy sheriff, so I know that it's true.
Yeah.
And it's a shame. It's sad out here.
I always said though, I don't feel like I could be a cop because it's just some stuff. It's the ways that even what they teach you. My cousin was another one of my cousins on my the other guy I was telling you about was on my dad's side, but this is one is on my mother's side. He used to be. Well, he's not one anymore. He's a mortician now, but he used to be a cop. And he said they trained him that when you actually, like, when a cop, like, sometimes, like, when you look back in your rearview mirror, you might say you think to yourself, I wonder is that cop following me? Like every road that I turn in, he turned right behind me. He said, you know what? A lot of the times the cop is actually following you because he said they train you as a cop. People get so nervous that if you're not doing something wrong already, they know that if a cop follows a person for a long enough amount of time, that you might do something wrong anyway, just because you're nervous.
You know what, Dustin?
I was like, wow, that's fucked up. They really teach all that. He was like, yeah, Dustin, this is the way they train us. They trained us to do this.
And psychologically, that is true because I'm gonna tell you, I was riding one day and there was one in behind me, and I was so nervous because I'm looking at my mirror and say, "Oh, he behind me," because they're gonna target you and mess with you. I got so nervous. I'm at the light, right? Why I run through the light?
Yeah, yeah. They already know you're nervous, so you know the more that you behind, they could say, well, you swerved in the road. They might try to say, you know, well, I thought you may have been drunk because you swerved. Just anything, any excuse they can give you to stop you.
Oh, actually, I know what had happened. I was finna go through the light was red. I sat there for a period of time, but I kept looking back at him, doing my little nervous thing. So I went to take out, but I didn't go through it. But he pulled me over anyway, and he said, I noticed you was finna go through that light. I said, yeah, I was. I said, kind of got a little off guard. But that was because he had made me nervous because I was focusing on him.
Exactly. Yep, though that's actually a part of the training course. He told me they actually teach you to make people nervous because they think that the more jittery that you get, the more stuff will come out, and the more wrong that you'll do. So they
And that
can
is
have a
true
reason
too.
to
That is
arrest you.
true too because it happened to me. And then he goes, "Is you in a rush? Where are you on your way to?" I said, "The optician, the eye doctor. That's where I'm on my way to." And no, I'm not in no rush. You just made me nervous. Yeah, and I'm like, wow, that is
Hey,
so true.
if I was a cop and I pulled T over, I let her go. I'd be like, you know what? Now I know you was just doing 100 in a 65, but I'm gonna let you go because you fine as hell. And if you was ugly, you better be glad you ain't ugly, because if you was, then I'd be writing your ass a big ticket right now.
But I'm so paranoid. I don't even speed anymore. I always go under the. I look for the. See, I'm so phobic now because, like you say, they got you so scared out here. I be like every 20 minutes, what's the speed zone? Because the speed zone change from time to time, and I'm always looking for it.
You know they do that on purpose too, right? I went
Yeah.
through there's a section in my town like that you go through. The speed it changes 3 different times in like a 5 minute time radius.
That's
Okay,
what I'm
the
talking
first one
about.
is 35. Then you go to 25. Then you go through like a little school zone, or just I don't know. But anyway, I don't know why they have it like that. But then it's like a 15. Like it changes, like it goes down further and further. But this is within a five. Like this is like within a 2 mile radius. Like really?
Uh-huh. So I noticed that. That's why, I'm a defensive driver because you got to be on the lookout for that. And like you said, that's a setup too.
T wanted you be T be driving like an old lady.
Yeah, pretty much.
She be
Pretty
like,
much.
I know the speed limit is 65, but I'm gonna just do 55. I don't want no trouble.
Right. Have all the cars mad and going around. But it's
Like,
also a
damn,
law. It's against the
hurry
law to
up!
go too slow too.
Yeah, it is. They got a minimum limit that you can drive. Like they have a minimum speed pretty much everywhere here now too. If you driving too slow, they'll stop you too.
Yeah, yeah, you know what that's saying? Like, goddamn it, we're gonna get you one way or the other. Either we're gonna make you drive too fast or we're gonna make you drive too slow. We gonna get you.
Yep.
Yeah, but I do. I notice those signs, and I'm like, okay, the speed limit was just 45. Now it's 25. I'm like, you got to drop down. I'm like, wow.
I always tell people though why police are running around trying to arrest dope boys and harass black men and people and other black people. All the just why they wasting their time doing this. There's probably like 4 serial killers somewhere raping people and killing babies and stuff. And
Right.
all y'all worried about is harassing people and writing tickets. So that's why y'all can't find them because you spend too much time on bullshit.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And that shit straight up real.
What about like when you on the expressway and you see them in the tunnels or on them streets where it's dark and you see them sitting way back just waiting to catch somebody where
I
they
see it all the
know.
time when I'm out at night. I mean, I always see that.
Yeah, I'm like, wow. They even do it in the day. They be trying to write them tickets. I'm
That's what that
telling.
dude was to stop me about the one that said he smoked the weed or whatever. He was sitting like in a spot like I couldn't like even if you couldn't have seen this dude until you got like right up on him. And when I saw him, I figured that it was I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was just something that I felt or whatever. But I knew that after I passed him, I saw him pull out. But I know why I knew I was the one he's gonna stop because I was pretty much the only person coming down the road. I was like, oh shit, he got me. I already knew it. I already knew it when because I looked at my this is I don't know what y'all do, but when I'm in the car, I always look at my rearview mirror after I pass a cop. And when I saw him pull out, I was like, "Oh well, I already know what's gonna happen." So
Oh yeah, I do that too.
yeah, I already
I
knew.
be
I
even.
already, because I was the only one going down the road, so I was like, "Well, he must be coming after me." So
But that's why I said while they watching us, I'm watching them because I be watching them as well.
Oh yeah, me too. Oh, they don't think I'm not. Hey, I'm watching you while you watch me. We
Right.
watching
That's
each
why I
other, I
think we
guess.
should be able to do citizens arrest because they be doing wrong things too. Wouldn't that be cool if we can do citizens arrest?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I would like to see how that would play out. Them cops would jump on you so quick and beat you the fuck down.
You know what though? They probably still figure out a way to make it out of a lie if something do happen and you do get a chance to harass them about something.
Right.
Look at
That'd be a
Eric
good
Garner.
way to kill us too, right?
Yeah.
Look at Eric
But
Garner. That was
you
when you could
think
have
they
made
killing a lot of us? If you think they killing a lot of us now, let something like that happen.
right.
But
Like,
that
even
would
with,
be so cool. Hello?
I'm just
Yeah,
waiting. I'm waiting. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying that would be so cool.
yeah.
Uh, what the citizens arrest thing?
Yeah.
I don't think they gonna go for that. I can't see no police officer letting somebody. Even with Eric Garner, that was the chin right there. As soon as we would have put our hands on that little white officer when he was choking him to death, police would have swarmed him like we was doing something wrong. They would have been on it. They'd have stopped. Just basically let the officer sit there and kill somebody and just watched.
But if you notice, at first it was only like four cops there, and they called for backup. Then the other cops came later on, and it was like 30 to 40 people there just watching along. So the cops was outnumbered before the backup was called in. So it could have went down. Our people just ain't gonna take the initiative to do what needs to be done. They're not ready to. They say they won't change, but they're not ready to do the things that needs to be done to make the change. They could have took them cops on.
Yeah, they could have. But they just want to fan world star. He killing him. He killing him. YouTube,
Yeah, see,
YouTube.
that's what we like to do. We like to
World
holler real
star,
story and
world
take stuff.
star.
Right.
As soon as the niggas be at the club, they see a girl hit another girl. As soon as the fight starts, they pull their cameras out like they seeing it. Oh, get it! Oh, snap, son! Recorded.
Oh, I
World
hate
star,
that.
YouTube,
Right, I
son,
hate that. And
YouTube.
what about, ooh, take off the bra. I want to see some titties. Take off her shirt.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Hey, rip her panties off. Rip her panties off. Take her pants down.
Right.
right. And my thing is, what all the feminine got us nowhere? They filmed that, but did it do any good? No, that's why they should
Hey,
have participated and helped.
if T ever get in a fight, I'm gonna make sure the girl that she fight with, I'm gonna make sure to tell her that she ripped your bra off, so I can get it on camera.
I'm sure you would, because that's how y'all do. And I'm like, really? And whatever happened to the
That's
guys
so
breaking
cold,
up
right?
fights?
Hey, we don't do that no more. That went out in the '80s.
I think the 60s, the 70s, really, because I mean, this been going on for. Guys do not break up girls' fights no more. They watch it and they egg
Hey,
that
the
stuff
girls is
on.
more vicious. The girls is more vicious than the dudes now. I just see some girls straight fuck each other up.
And you know
Right.
what? I have too, because I told you
That's
about
not
the
even
one.
attractive, though. That's not even attractive. I will
It
say that
ain't.
though.
It really
It ain't,
ain't.
because this one girl was at this guy, and I'm like, you know what? I really don't condone guys hitting girls. I was like, but he should knock her out, because she made me mad acting like that.
I
All up in
bet.
his face, and even the guys and stuff was like, man, hit her. She do this all the time. She always
Yeah,
stepping to you. Knock that bitch out. I'm like, wow.
Right.
And
That
I was
was
like,
the
she,
yeah.
that was the first time.
She want a man that'll treat her like Ike Turner.
right. She did. She wanted to be down. You could tell too.
Yeah,
She was like, oh, daddy, please give it to me. She
yeah.
motherfucker. And I'm like,
Right.
gone
Hey,
and just
hey,
knock
none
her
of
out.
that. Speaking of that, none of that wasn't Ike Turner's fault. Tina did something. Why they always trying to make it look like Ike Turner? He was just a mean dude. Tina was annoying that man.
Isn't it? What she do?
Wait a
Hey, go
minute.
ahead, man.
Okay, and how?
What you mean? She was always man. You saw the movie. You saw it.
But still, that did they get her?
All that man did was ask Tina to eat some cake. She wouldn't even eat the cake. That's
Okay,
that much of a
Buster.
big deal. I asked you to eat a slice of cake. That if you don't eat it, that just means that I'm gonna have to whoop your ass straight up.
Okay, Dustin.
You're right. And if you ain't eating the cake, you
I
deserve to get your ass smacked up.
yeah. You can't even eat a piece of cake. I mean, it's so simple. I just asked you. Okay. He
Right.
gave her 3 chances. He gave her a chances, and she wouldn't take it. So then he had to whoop on her. So
Yeah, you're right. I
Wow.
mean, he being a gentleman going out his way offering her a piece of cake. I mean, man don't
oh,
offer
girl didn't
women
want
nothing
no piece of
today.
cake. Yeah, he offered
Okay,
her a
but
piece
she
of
didn't
cake.
want the cake.
Okay, but if I offer you something as a man, you supposed to take it anyway, just to be nice. Have
Why
some
am I
manners, girl, woman.
supposed? Why am I supposed to?
Because that's how it's supposed to go. You're supposed to do what your man asked you to do. That was Tina. Tina was Ike's wife. That's his wife. Your wife's supposed to do what you ask her.
So she was rebellious. She had that rebellious spirit,
Yeah.
that old Negro
He had to
spiritual
knock some
spirit.
sense into her.
And he was
Hey,
defiant because he
that's
should have
what
been man enough to accept. No, she didn't want to eat it. He should accept that. He was defiant. He was a defiant bastard.
one of Ike's problems though was really I'm not saying that he just
Them
was an abusive
drugs.
man anyway, but yeah, he was that dude was fucked up. He was kind of shit.
Hmm.
That's another thing in the
It
black.
wasn't, and you notice in the movie, it was never a time that this dude wasn't high. Like some people may have not documented Ike as a big drug user, but that dude he was pretty heavy on that shit himself.
Right.
And most of our black
So
celebrities,
that's
whenever
one reason
black
why he
celebrities
was
get
so mean
fame,
all the time because
go
That's
ahead.
why his thinking wasn't rational too, because the drugs was overpowering him. He was no longer in control of who he was. He didn't really
oh,
want Anime to eat that cake. He was just fucking with her.
And
And y'all
hey,
know it too.
what you say?
Y'all know it too.
Hey, that's how you get in a woman's head. Ike
But
knew
see,
how to
I'm
get
the
in a
type
woman's
that know how
head.
to get in a nigga's head too, so you know.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. See, so that's how you is, T, huh? That's how you roll it, huh?
You know, hey, I
See,
know
now
how
you
to be
scaring
both
me.
ways. I'm nice, but I can be, naughty too. You know what I'm saying? I know how
You
to
look
play with
like
the best of them.
you look evil. You look evil, T. You like one of the women that are ruining niggas' life.
No, I'm really nice. I'm nice.
You
'Cause I
sure? You
know when
sure?
I get mad and when I'm ugly, I can be real ugly. That's why I don't like to go there.
Nah. How could something as beautiful as you do anything ugly?
'Cause people will take you there, and it's real hard to abstain and, keep your posture and stay in contact. People would take you there. I try not to go there, but a lot of people haven't saw that side of me because I don't bring her out because she's nothing nice.
Oh, damn. Then I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna fuck with you now.
You shouldn't. I mean, why would you want to? Cause
Yeah,
don't,
yeah, I'm just being funny, but yeah, I get what you're saying. A lot of people do provoke you to do stuff that you normally wouldn't do, but they push you on purpose. And you're
no,
right.
no.
That's why I asked her to eat the cake. He didn't really want her to eat it. He was just
I
fucking with her
know
like
he
he
didn't.
always do.
Eat that cake, anime. I said eat that cake.
And she told him one time, she was like, oh, she was just like, oh, I don't really want you right now. And he kept trying to get her to eat it just to be an asshole.
Egging her. hmm When I would have
Yeah,
said
basically
no,
what you said,
motherfucker,
asshole.
I'd have
Oh,
been
no,
like,
you
no, motherfucker,
would have
you
got your
eat the
ass
cake.
whooped. You got your ass whooped.
No, he would have been eating that motherfucking cake. Trust and
Hey,
believe that.
what you say?
He would have been eating that cake. Trust and believe that. I'd have been like, no, bitch, you eat the cake.
Yeah,
I'd be
I
like,
want
matter
Tina.
of fact, you go eat the cake.
Yeah, I like her. You know what, T? I like a aggressive woman. I like that. That's a turn on.
Shut up, Dustin. I'm just saying, because y'all know he was messing with that lady.
Yeah, I like an aggressive female. Yeah, rule me, control me, baby.
Oh, but you know what? That's getting back to really, this is a good point too. I don't think nobody needs to be with nobody who bring out that side in them. Don't y'all think that as well?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you were the person that make you that mad, even if Ike was to say like what he tried to say in the movie, that a lot of times Tina would just she was doing stuff to provoke him to do it. Okay, well then if she make you that angry, then why are you even with her?
Right, because then you know you was gonna reach that boiling point, especially if you knew she was always like that. You
And
wanna,
man, not only that, but I think that Ike, like you said, I can't agree. I think he's just that way. It wasn't just if Tina had been a totally different female, he would have did her the same way. It just so happened that Tina was the one that he got with, so that's what happened.
Right, because it was
I
them
think that's
drugs.
just Ike.
Right.
That was just in Ike. That's just Ike Turner. That's just how he was. He was just a abusive dude.
Right, because you want somebody to elevate you and to bring out the good, and you're not nobody who try to reach you to make you get to that boiling
And
point.
not only that, but speaking of, since we talking about that, it's just a little. I know it's a little bit off subject, but what about the scene in there where he raped her? You remember that?
Uh-huh,
Man,
yeah.
like I like this nigga. Like now I thought the movie was funny until the end, but when I saw that, I was kind of like, oh, it's getting serious. Now I ain't even really laughing at that because that was kind of fucked up.
But see, that was some drugs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was high then when he did that. But it's just
That's what
crazy.
he stayed hot throughout the movie.
I know for a fact though they were saying that he was a cocaine addict. Definitely. I don't know what else he was doing. Probably a bunch of other shit too. But they say he was definitely a cocaine addict.
Yeah. Because isn't like when he raped her was when she went to the police station?
I think
Or was
so.
that
I can't quite
after?
remember, but yeah, I saw it the other day, but I can't even listen to some credits. Can't remember, but that was just crazy to me. Like like when you first saw the movie and you saw that scene, I didn't know what he was
Mhm.
finna do, but like when he like the actual uncut scene, like when he was raping her, like it was like at first like all the other stuff that had been happening, I thought it was like it was kind of funny, but when he did it, I was like, damn, that's fucked up right there because everything that happened in the movie is actually happening in real life, so.
Yeah.
He really did all this shit, and that was a really fucked up scene to me.
Let me ask you this since we're on the topic, like, do you believe that since a person is married to somebody, if they have unconsensual sex with them, do you think that should be considered rape?
Yeah, I would say so. What you think?
Uh-huh, yeah. Because I believe no means no, whether you married or
Yeah, no
not.
means no.
And I think like certain like people that's in a relationship think just because they with that person they entitled to that, but that's not the case.
Yeah, so if hey, a woman has tried to rape me before, so so I
I
know
mean
how it
that can be
feels, man.
true.
It's sad, man.
Because
I
I know
was.
some aggressive women, that can be true. I mean, you laughing, but is it true? Because I believe it.
No, I'm just playing. But hey,
Uh,
hey, wait a minute. Imagine going to the cops with that. Sir,
I know.
my wife raped me. They look at you like, wait, what? They
That's
start
what I was just
laughing.
going to
They
say,
they
Justin. A
they
lot
spit
of
their
men
coffee out and
probably,
shit. They be
right, a
like,
lot of
what?
men
Wait, say it
probably
again.
wouldn't go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'd be like, wait a minute, your wife tried to do what? I said my wife tried to rape me. They were like, "What? Oh God, you're kidding." They probably hang up the phone in your face. They think you're doing prank calls or something. They don't even believe you.
Right. And that's why a lot of men wouldn't go because they gonna look at me like, nigga, get out of here. But it happens.
You think that's true though? You think some women have raped men?
Yeah, 'cause I know some women's is just as bad as men.
What?
So
Oh no! Oh my God! How can a woman rape a male though? Explain it. Explain it to me how that's even possible.
I mean, although he might be stronger, but if he said no, I'm gonna tell you the part that I can see that's visually that would be true. The man might be stronger, but she'll be like, oh, women, you know how I go. You know how I go. You
Yeah,
don't
you
think
know.
that can happen?
I don't know. Hey, you sound like you want to rape me or something. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. I'm kind of scared of you. I better stay away from you because you may slip some in my drink or something. I don't trust you. I wake up naked and shit. I got my pants. It's a puddle in the bed. I don't know what happened.
Oh, that's you got a creative imagination. I see. Is that what you see?
Huh?
I said you got a creative little imagination there. I said, is that what you see?
That's a true story though.
Okay. Yeah, but
I wouldn't mind though. Hey. If T tried to rape me, I just want to let everybody know that is definitely something that I would let happen.
yeah, but I think women's do the same as men. Well, we was just speaking on that the other day. How y'all was saying women's just as bad as men. So
I don't see that being not with me personally, man. She'd have to be a bodybuilder or something to rape me. Now, if it's what if it was a what if it was a really ugly female? That might have you're right. That might have happened.
Or either she might can date rape him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. Because that happens too. Like when people say, "Well, rape," they don't exactly mean that that they was raped, in that kind of sense. But a lot of dudes, what they're doing now, they rape, it's still popular. Like women, especially like the younger females, they be so dumb to just trust anybody, and they slip people, they slip stuff in people's drinks nowadays. And when you wake up, you don't even know what happened. You just know you've been raped.
Right, because I was out at the club like 2 months ago and it was this girl and I know somebody had put something in her drink. I'm gonna tell you what she was doing in the club. She was like taking her shirt off and stripping, and then she took the chair and went to try to stand on her head and like make her booty clap. She couldn't even get her head on it. I was like, somebody done put something in her drink and she is out here tripping hard. But see how women's and people go out and be so comfortable and they don't focus on their surroundings and they just get so caught up into having fun till they lose the focus of like protecting themselves.
That sound like somebody put some ecstasy in her shit or something. She was like she was
Yeah, she was
wild.
like taking her clothes off and she
That's the
was,
thing about it. Like the reason why a lot of dudes use ecstasy as a date rape drug too is that because they want they it's because it's like it gives you a cerebral feeling like, and not only that, but it makes you horny too. That's what people don't understand about it. I don't know what it. I Now personally, from my experience, I never taken one before, but the people that have taken it that I've seen experience, they say it makes you horny. I don't know why they say it do.
yeah, I heard that too, yeah. Well, I mean, you could tell because she was sexual. She was up there actually having sex with herself. And then she tried and went to stand up in the chair so she can do a handstand and make her booty clap. And her head went up on the chair, but she couldn't stand up right, so she threw her legs back. I was like, wow, she is tripping.
Hold
I
on.
was like, somebody need to get her and let her sit somewhere and flush her with some water and, for somebody to take her outside of this club and do something with her because it was like, wow. And this one girl I was talking to that I knew ended up speaking to her. I said, I should have knew you knew her. I said, cause my friend is crazy too. And I'm like, females is ratchet. They be wild. I'm like, wow, y'all on some other shit. And then you wake up tomorrow and won't know what happened. Then you be, oh, what happened? Hello?
I think he went to go take a restroom break.
Well, how long you been back?
I've been here. I was just letting y'all talk. What was y'all talking about? I just got
Oh,
back.
we was just basically still kind of talking about the Ike and Tina thing, but then we was talking. I was saying how women is just as aggressive.
Oh, it's funny you bring that up. No, well, this ain't got nothing to do. Well, I guess it has something to do with abuse. Like, women sometimes like to play the victim even when they really ain't the victims. Where's that story at? And you heard the white woman that jumped out of a speeding car and then acted like the boyfriend threw her out.
Where was this at?
This was just happened August 19th, so today. So you probably wouldn't. I could actually put it up. Let
See,
me see.
that's
I'll
what
let
I
you
was
see.
just telling him. Women's, they play just as ratchet.
Right.
Because he was saying, do I really think that a woman can rape a man? And I was saying, yeah, because she might not be physically as strong as him, but you got the date rape, she a drugger. If a woman wants something, they just as conniving.
Exactly.
And
Yeah, I'm
then
still looking it up. So
he turned it around and said I was scaring him. It sounded like I wanted him and wanted to rape him. I told him he has a pretty vivid imagination.
I know, but if she did, I wouldn't. I was my bad. I had to do something real quick for my
He's
mama just called.
back.
Anyway, yeah, if T did try to wake me, I wouldn't stop her at all.
Yeah, 'cause Sean was just talking about the
I
lady
totally
who.
condone that.
Oh yeah, I'll go ahead. I'm still reading up on something. Continue.
Oh yeah. See, he just found the story where a female was playing the victim at Dustin.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he's gonna read it. It happened today.
Okay.
I can't read that. That's an actual video. I can't read the video. It's on WorldStar. I posted the link
Oh.
though. I'll post it to Dustin. While you guys talk, I guess I can set up and play it off for you guys. So just give me a second.
See, everybody love that war story hip hop. Everybody wants to film stuff. Nobody wants to help anymore. They just want a video record. What happened to being a civilian? Well, you know what? That's a good question. Well, by being this day and age, like if you saw like a guy really like beating the hell out of a female, would you help or would you call for assistance?
I'll watch.
Wow.
Oh no, I'm playing. I wouldn't just watch. I'll probably pull out my camera and start filming it and upload it to my channel.
Wow. Come on, Sean. Be serious. Because that was like that one guy. Remember, did I show you the video where he beat the hell out that girl?
I don't been in situations where I don't try to talk females out of going back with abusive. That shit always bounce back in your face. They end up hating you somehow and like you the problem and still go back to the abuser.
Yeah, but this was a little hard to watch, and I think he might have even had kids with her. I know she had kids because kids was mentioned, because he said something about you need to be at home taking care of your damn kids, or and then he hit her so hard her mouth started bleeding, and she went to put her hands up, and he was still punching. He said, "Bitch, you don't get none of that blood on me," and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, it'd be like that. I mean, I've seen so many cases, but I would try to help if I could. But I guess the more you experience something, the more desensitized you become towards it.
That's what I was just going to say. I think people are so used to seeing that they don't even react anymore because it becomes the norm for them.
Right. And I'm gonna try to go ahead and play this video. I don't know if I have it sound set up properly, so I'm trying to play it so you can hear it. It has volume, and I hope you guys can see the video. Let me make sure it's on the video. Okay.
You're attacking me. Stop it! You are not spending the night with me. Stop it!
Absolutely not.
Stop it! Stop it! No! No! There's Maggie Christine.
How? Why the f did you throw me out?
No, I had it videotaped.
Why did you throw me
No, I had it
out?
videotaped. I'm glad I had it videotaped.
Throw me out.
Yeah. Yeah, I had it videotaped.
Throw me out.
That's cool, dude. That's why I have it videotaped. So you can't know.
Could you hear that?
Right.
This bitch opened the door and tossed herself out the door and then turned. Why'd you throw me out?
But you know what? See, that's what they do too. Notice what color she was. See how she wasn't scared to try to bring him up on charges on her own life?
Right.
See the logic in that and the extent that they would go through playing with the system because they're not afraid of it and they use it against them, but they always want to say, we holler the victim card.
Right. This girl just tossed herself out of a moving car. Wow. Just because he said did he say he wasn't going home with her?
He said, you're not spending the night with me.
Okay.
I hope that's since I don't think he's seen it. Damn.
I love that one. Where was that at?
What happened?
I'm going just cause I'm gonna play it again for you can see it. You looking?
Yeah, I'm looking now. My bad. I got distracted again. I'm sorry.
What is you over there doing with all this distract? Okay, never mind. Go ahead, play it, Sean. I know what he's doing.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, yep. You know,
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm about to
undisclosed
play.
information.
Yes, yes.
What am I talking about? You're slamming yourself on the emergency brake. You're attacking me. Stop it! You are not spending the night with me. Stop it!
Absolutely no.
Stop it! Stop it! No! No! There's Maggie Christine.
Ow! Why the did you throw me out?
No, I had it videotaped.
Why did you throw me
No, I had it
out?
videotaped. I'm glad I had it videotaped.
Throw me out.
Yeah. Yeah, I had it videotaped.
Throw me out.
That's cool, dude. That's why I have it videotaped. So you can't know.
I'm sorry. That shit is so entertaining to me.
Right. Now that's what you call crazy.
Just tossing herself out. That shit is so. Dustin, did you see it this time?
Yeah, that was crazy. I was cracking up.
Just open that door and say, "Fuck it."
So what's supposed to be going on there? Break it down to me again. What's happening in the video? I mean, I saw it, but
The title is "Girl Jumps Out of Moving Car to Make It Look Like Her Boyfriend Threw Her Out."
I thought the title was Dustin Move the Lotion Back and Pay Attention. Oh, damn, I'm thinking of another topic. My bad. Go ahead, Sean.
well, let me. Okay, well, why don't you hide the lotion from me? You know I can't help it. When I see it, I just something comes over me. I gotta grab it.
When I get that feeling, I
Lotion.
won't.
Hey, look, lotion in front of you and T's picture in front of you is a bad combination, fellas. Remember that.
Yeah, what she did, she tried to play the victim. She threw herself off the car. And you know what? He said she couldn't spend the night. That's why she was mad. Did you hear him say, no, you're not spending the night?
I won't want a bitch like that spending the night either. He'll fuck around, have sex with her, and then she'll say he raped me. No, you don't invite that type of chick over to your house. No, that's stupid. That's how you end
And
up
it's
with your
crazy
car.
because you can't even trust. Like the last I wouldn't even think about it, but I told Sean the story. I mean, I just if the audience is listening or whoever watches this video that doesn't know me, I'm kind of like a person. I'm more of like a dude. I'm just an open book. I don't mind telling people about stuff. But anyways, the chick that I was just dealing with, I told Sean a lot about it, and Sean, she's the same way. Like she's the type of person like she can really screw you up in something if you don't watch yourself.
Okay, now that goes back to my saying is when we know how a person are, why do we still continue to
Yeah,
involve ourselves with
well,
them?
and the thing about it is that it's because I thought I could change her, but she's one of I must admit and saying it ain't just because we're not together no more. It ain't that because I gotta say she's one of the most not just women but one of the most sneakiest people I've ever met. Period. She just had some fucked up ways, so that's why I stopped messing with her. But I'm saying that to say, like, it's a lot of places that that she would ask me to go, and when she would ask me to do stuff, I would make up excuses because I honestly didn't even trust her. Like Sean was just saying, a woman or they'll have sex with a man, then they'll turn and say, oh, he raped me, or they'll lie and try to make up stuff. I really didn't trust her, so that's one of the main reasons why we broke up.
Yeah. And one thing I have noticed too is like I have been with somebody and like you said, we be trying to change them or think that we can change them. That's one thing you cannot do. You cannot change a person if they're that way. And this is a true saying as well. When you see a person and they present themselves as to who they are, that's who they are. We always try to overlook it and say, oh, well, it was just because of this, or maybe they're not that way. When they show who they are, that's who they are.
Breathe. Breathe. You can do it.
My bad. Because you already know I'm smoking. It's that chronic, man. He got in my throat. Hey, I know T wants some. I'm gonna pass it to her. I know Sean, he don't smoke it, so.
She might try it.
No. But see, that's how I was saying how when we see something, we try to even tell our minds that we don't see what we see. That's sad. Mm.
You know what though? You remember that other topic I was talking about, Sean?
Oh, you talking to me?
Huh? Did you hear me, Sean?
What
Yeah,
did you
you.
say?
I said you remember the other topic I was talking about? What's her name? Malaysia. That what they got? How much did she get off that child support?
Oh, 22,000 a month.
Yeah, yeah. Did you read about that, T?
No, Malaysian basketball wives.
Yeah, yeah. Sean know about it. We was reading it on Gossip. She had a case like against her ex-husband or whatever. Or I guess was that her husband, Sean, or was that just a dude she had the kids by?
I don't even know. You know, I
But
don't keep up
anyway,
with them
yeah, she went to court,
housewives.
and now they ordered this dude to pay her 22,000 a month in child support.
22,000.
Yeah, I'm dead serious. When it's actually it was over that. When it's Sean, it was like 22,000 and some $100. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it back up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check into that too because I know a while ago they were saying her and her husband was having some kind of problem and they was gonna divorce, but then she came out and said that that wasn't true, and I think those are her husband kids. You know what I'm saying? So the story must have been true. I'm gonna check on it and see.
I'm gonna put the link in the chat box and you can click it. All right.
Okay, because I
I
think
got the
what they
exact
do,
link where it said that.
yeah. And you know that's too much money. Even if that's what he made, that's not what she needed. Is it about the kid or is it about the money?
Oh yeah, we already know what the answer to that one.
Right. Hmm. Damn, you know what I can do with 22,000 a month?
Man, just think about all the weed you could buy with that. Never mind, never mind. That was a pothead comment. I'm sorry.
Wow, boy, I be whoa. Hmm. That could take care of her, her kid, and shit somebody.
That's crazy how they be doing them niggas when they get to court. They act like because you got money, they supposed to just straight fuck over you.
And see, that lets you know it don't be about the kids too, and how the system is designed to break up families. They don't want unity in the black community because, like you say, okay, $22,000 a month. How many times is they making him go see that child a month? If that's how much, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
See, those are the kind of questions that I would be asking, like $22,000 a month, okay, and it's 30, sometimes 31, 29 days in a month. So he should be made to see that child at least 15 times out of that month. You want all that? But it ain't about the child, it's about the money.
Right, they more concerned about. Well, she's more concerned. Well, she could care about the child as well, but it's more about maintaining a lifestyle. She want to keep that lifestyle as well.
Right, and she really had a baby, with that in mind too. See, it's so sad. Okay, because how many of y'all, what's that? Atlanta Access. I was just watching it before we started this show. Have any one of y'all checked that out?
I just saw it last night. I looked at it last night because I watched the finale of Love and Hip Hop. Atlanta was on. Then they came on afterwards.
Right. I didn't even know
Yeah, did you
CeeLo was
like it?
married. Did you see that, Dustin, when he was talking to his ex? And he
Yeah,
designs
I
her
didn't know
clothes
that.
and stuff.
I had no clue he was married. I didn't even know.
See, me neither into the show, but I'm going to show you how women's play their part and how money rules a person thinking, and people would just do anything. Now, they've been
Okay,
separated
I
for eight
finally got the
years.
article. It said that eight. You said 8 years.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, I was saying, I got the article. It said that he's got to pay Malaysia $22,880 a month. What am I? Why didn't they just go ahead and give her 23,000? Hell, they almost did it anyway.
And they supposed to, because that 8 is higher than 5, so they supposed to round it off to the next. It is supposed to
That's
be
crazy. Hey,
23,000.
look in the chat box though. I'll put the link in there. Check that out.
Oh, okay.
It says they have 3 kids together: a 7-year-old and 3-year-old twins.
Okay, so that's her husband.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess she was married to him. It says it's that spousal and child support.
Wow.
You know, they say Sierra and Future's engagement broke off too because he was cheating.
I mean, she didn't see that coming. What made her think
Right.
she was gonna
That's
be
the same thing I
different?
said.
You know, I hate to
Yeah.
really say it like that, but my thing
Yeah,
is, what
Future,
made
he
her
just
think
seems
he
like
was
that
gonna
type of
commit
dude
to
to do
her?
that.
Right. See, that's what women get it twisted at. They one wanna feel they better than the other. My thing is, if he did it to her, he'll do it to me. And she became just what they was, baby mamas. So what made you think he was gonna do anything different with you? You didn't look no better than the rest of the women he had. And you and
That's
believe me,
crazy.
you wasn't putting it on him no different because they tried to. People need to
Between the
quit.
two though, who would you say has actually more talent? Sierra or Future?
I would say her, Sierra.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I don't even. Future is cool. Don't get me wrong, but this dude just kind of, to me, Future is still. I mean, I won't say he's not talented, but it's just that I don't think that. Now I could be wrong, but I don't think that he's gonna be the type of dude that's gonna last forever. I mean, I know he been going pretty strong for about 2 years now, but I don't think he got that long left in the game.
Exactly.
He
I
ain't
think
that big
so
of a
too. I think
talented
his
to me.
time is almost over too. Cause like you say, what he be rapping about be stupid.
Yeah, he had a few hits, but he ain't all that. He ain't enough to say to stick around. He ain't gonna be able to be that solid with it. I don't think.
Right. He's not relevant. Right.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, on that same site, Bossip, you see that article they had up about Queen Latifah and her girlfriend? I was gonna speak on that too. I always thought that Queen Latifah was gay, but I just wasn't sure if it was actually true or not. But now they just started catching her with her girlfriend in different places, so I guess we all know it's true now.
Right. Even with me, like really not seeing the physical proof on that, I knew she was gay. You know what I mean? It's just some people you can see it in them and you can tell even with their vibe. And like when she played and set it off, she wasn't even
Yeah, it looked
acting.
like she was like really into that role like that. I was like, damn, Queen
Exactly.
Latifah, that like that's really her.
Right, exactly. That's you knew
But
Queen
that's because it
Latifah was
was,
gay.
when she in private, she probably really act like that because she is a lesbian. So
Exactly. But you know what was surprising is how she was able to. I think she was even paying them, cause I'm sure they done seen her with women's out before. How did she keep hers under the? You know what I mean? For so long.
yeah, you right. Probably pay people to keep them out shut.
Yeah, like I believe if the paparazzi saw her like 2 years ago, oh well here go this money, don't publicize that, and they didn't do it because I'm sure she was out with women. Queen Latifah is a stud. She's a honey. That's just what she do. And you'll be surprised the women that she been involved with too.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
that's why I asked you that question though. So you saying that no matter what, nobody, even if a woman came to you and said, okay. And I'm gonna let you. You can ask me the same question when I get done. You may see where I'm about to ask you though. So, if a female came to you and said, "Okay, T, I find you attractive, but I know you don't like women, but I'll pay you. Let's just exaggerate with it, and let's say they gave you $3 million. Would you have sex with them?
Nah, no. And you probably ain't gonna even believe it, but no. Let me tell you why I say no.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
It's psychological for me because I can't see myself with a woman because we both got the same thing. And a lot of women like to use this as an excuse. Well, we being women, we know what we like. Yeah, but that don't mean you can give me what I like. I'm sure you understand what I like because you is a woman too.
crazy. I know a lot of, hey, though, personally, even the chick I was just talking about, to be honest with you, not to say, but who you never know who's listening in the internet world. But I mean, anyway, like I said, I don't mind being an open book. The chick that I was just telling you about that I recently dated, she had a chick that she was going with, but she's not really even gay. It's just you want me to tell you why she was dating this chick? It's because that anytime that she would ask her for some money, she would give it to her. She was kind of, spoiling her. So that's the only reason she really likes men, but she was just, she was, doing whatever with this chick simply because she give her money all the time. So.
Because she was financially taking care of her. But I'm gonna tell you some why. A person that usually does something like that has to have those tendencies anyway, because somebody can't just offer you some and you ain't never did it, and then all of a sudden you want to. You know what I'm getting at?
Yeah, you're right. It's just like with a man that says, "Well, I never got the." We can even go to take it to prison. Like you have a lot of dykes and
That
lesbians
we
and
got you
females in
speaking.
prison. Oh no, yeah,
That
a little
ooh,
bit.
that ooh, we got you. Ooh.
Just a little bit. But yeah, that's funny. But how can you, as a man, I wouldn't care how long they gave me in prison. There is no way in hell that I don't think, no day that I could say, you know what, fuck it. Since I'm never going to be able to be, sexually intimate with a woman again, I'm gonna just start fucking men. Like, nah, hell nah. I think the dudes that in prison that are always trying to rape other men, they already had gay tendencies anyway. That's what
I
I
think so
think.
too, because like when you was even saying about the female that you dated and how she was dating this one female and she was giving her so much, why couldn't she find a guy? Because you got guys out here that will give you stuff too. So you never did a woman, but all of a sudden you gonna take her up on her offer
Yeah,
because she
yeah,
willing.
that was her
That's why I
excuse.
say the tendencies have to be there.
Yeah, you're right. That was her excuse, but then I was thinking to myself, I don't know. But I think it's just like you said, it's something that she really just wanted to do, and that was her way of covering it up. You don't just wake up one day and decide, okay, I want to have sex with a man today. If you ain't really homosexual or bisexual, that shouldn't even cross your mind.
Right, and I think people are so brainwashed out here, and it's a part of acceptance and want to do what everybody else do, and the media pushing it upon. It's so much that goes into that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna tell you, I see a lot of that in like people even younger than me, and they be telling me, "Oh, I like guys too, though. I just want to experiment, see what it's like." People so quick.
Who said that?
A lot of females will say that in a minute. Oh, I just want to try it. Yeah, I'll kiss my friend, but it ain't. No, you doing that either because you see everybody else doing it, or your mind is so weak.
I
You
got
know,
another extremely funny story. Why it's on my mind when you said that. Like
mhm.
my mom was telling me it was funny and gross to me at the same time. She was like, back in the day, it was this girl that she was I think I think they met, like, it wasn't nobody she went to high school with, but they had been working on like a job for a while. So you meet people, whatever, y'all may hang out or whatever. But she was thinking that the lady, she was just a normal female, but come to find out, they was like, oh, so like my mom's name is Laura. She was like, they was like, so Laura, you don't know that chick is. And they was like, she was like, what y'all talking about? Like, they was like, you don't understand why she's always hounding on you like that. They was like, she's gay, and she was like. But my mom was like, "Oh, I didn't even know, because she ain't. She thought that the chick, she just liked her as far as hanging out, but she didn't know that she may have been setting it up to try to come at her. She was like, "Oh, hell no!" Then that's when she stopped messing with it, because she really didn't know she was gay, but she was.
Wow. See, that's kind of like, and see how the media kind of forces that upon people. And I think everybody got a right to be who they is. And some of them are the coolest people because you got some of them. And I think a person is only phobia is when they have doubt within themselves. You understand what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I think that we got you. But anyhow,
What you talking about? Why you keep saying that? Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm fine.
you cool? Okay. Well, anyhow,
Yeah, I'm
okay.
cool, baby.
Follow
I'm cool.
the,
I'm
okay.
cool as
Follow the
fan.
story. Okay.
I'm paying
Like
attention.
okay, like
You
guys.
help keep me interested.
Okay, like with guys be like, oh, I don't want that nigga around me. He gay. But if you secure within yourself, you won't mind being around a man that way because every gay man don't want every man. You understand what I'm saying?
I don't mind telling people though. It's just like the thing. Like at first I was like, I didn't really. I always realized that as coming up that I thought he was a little bit more feminine than usual. But I have a gay cousin. He's openly gay, but and the fucked up part about it though, I get why people a lot of times hide their sexuality because just like you said about Queen Latifah, which is my uncle, which is my mother's brother, when he came out, he actually he stopped talking to this dude for a long time. Like he wouldn't even the day he came out to his dad, which is like I said, which is my uncle, he wouldn't even he didn't have nothing to say about it. He just left. Like he's real old fashioned and that's just something I guess he just couldn't deal with it. But now me personally, I don't look at it like that. The day when he came out with it, I was like, okay, cool. If you that way, you that way. I don't look at you no different. I still love you the same. That's you. It ain't got nothing to do with me.
Exactly. And like you say, everybody got to be comfortable within themselves. That's what that comes about.
Yeah, it ain't no reason to get mad over it. I mean, if that's who he is. That's who he is. I ain't got no problem with it. That don't affect me in no kind of way. That's his lifestyle.
And that's how people should look at it instead of saying, oh, no, I don't want that nigga around me. Just because he like that don't mean he going to try to approach you.
Yeah, that's true.
What up, everybody? It's your boy Tommy.
Oh, this nigga. Oh, we should end the show for that, nigga. You look.
That's
Oh man, that was some epic shit.
Yeah, we can.
Nigga
We
just
can
came
go
out
on
of nowhere.
We almost hit
Yeah,
3 hours.
that's good, Eddie.
Hey,